Hello, and welcome to Starting XP presents the Masquerade Camarilla side. I'm your storyteller extraordinaire, Michael, and with me I am joined by the usual suspects, -2. How's it going, everybody?
Hungry.
Good.
All right, hungry. That's an appropriate response. Anyways, Vic and Derek will not be joining us this week due to some scheduling conflicts and other crises.
Voodoo just won, I mean.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, but thank you.
Voodoo both.
Oh, Buddha both, exactly.
Not Voodoo both. Voodoo just won.
Okay. So last we've gathered, the coterie leader took the gang to the den of the Havek in La Paz and Keene, which is where all the spooky necromancers have gathered, essentially to warn one of their fellow residents that there's an enemy of their former sect who is hunting down and might potentially destroy or harm in some fashion. Obviously you were not there, so we'll start with you. This is kind of like a recap, Cooper. You were able to get Dustin Sr. his medical attention, able to pull out the 2 bullets, able to patch him up, and then what did you do with him at that point? Turk was like, dude, we could just leave him on the side of the road, call 911, and then, that's what he would do.
No, I just went through all this effort to have him not be in a prison we'd have no control over.
I didn't know you got this guy out, dude. I mean, what do you want me to do with him? Like,
fuck. All my contacts. I'll call Reggie.
So, like, that night when you're coming back from La Paz, you get a call from Cooper.
Hey.
I got the Bradovich. Where should I take him?
I don't know. Don't you guys have like a creepy church somewhere you can shove him in a basement of?
They're not available right now.
I don't have anywhere to keep a Sabat prisoner.
God damn it. He has information we need. He knows something about Davinia that he can't talk about because of the blood bond.
Call Luna.
Good idea. Click. Beep, beep, beep.
Because he was driving down, he answers his car phone. He's like, Paco's Tacos, what's your meat?
Do you have anywhere I could keep a guest?
Like, what do you mean? Like, you want me to... Like, this ain't Uber or anything, right?
Like, the person that Perry and I were sent to pick up, I got him. Where should I take him?
Oh, okay. Hold on. You're on speaker. You can hear, like, people in the background. And he's like, all right, what's up?
Okay. Am I good to talk normally?
Yeah.
Okay, I got the Bradovich.
Okay.
I need a place to put him. He's hostile.
And then you hear Desiree, because she's riding shotgun, being like, you have my dad? What did you do with him?
Hey, you found Desiree.
Oh no.
What did you do to my father?
Did she grab the phone and like yell into
No,
it?
she's speaking on the car speaker.
Oh, is it still on speakerphone?
Yeah. What did you do to my father, you asshole? I thought you said you were gonna protect me.
What? Where's this coming from? You're the one that left.
I was beckoned, you idiot.
Yeah, and we found you.
No, Reggie found me.
Yes, I meant the coterie.
Perry told me what happened.
I may have lost control there for a minute.
And then you kind of hear some like ruffling. He's like, look, just tell me where to meet you. I'll put him somewhere.
Okay, I give him an address near, I asked Turk if there's just a place where I could do a quick meet and just get in the car and leave.
Oh, dude. I mean, you're somewhere on South Union behind a gas station where he got patched up literally in behind a van.
Okay, I tell Ludo where to meet me.
Okay. How ornery is he?
Is he still out?
Yeah,
Or is he like...
He's still out.
He's out right now. I could sit with him in the back and make sure he doesn't get ornery. He's fairly susceptible to dominate.
Well, I don't have dominate, Buto.
Well, I'll go with you until we get to a place.
Whatever. I gotta drop off Reggie and Perry, and then I'll go pick him up.
All right, I'll wait here.
I didn't really
I
say
see.
anything.
I see you went with the small mug.
So, just to kind of fast forward this, he grabs Dustin, tells you to move your ass back to the Haven. He's gonna fucking deal with this shit. The other baker's on ice, so he can't really do anything right now. And when he says on ice, he literally is like, he's literally on the fucking ice. He's like frozen. I guess Wyatt did some sort of fucking alchemy or some shit and froze him. So now I have to wait for his ass to thaw. I didn't even know fucking vampires could freeze. I thought we like had like some sort of like generator that keeps us going. It's so weird. You find out a lot of things about yourself. And he just kind of stares off blankingly. And he's like, all right, I gotta go. So Turk is like, that your boy?
When Luna comes, or is
Yeah.
he talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, that's him.
I didn't know you were that connected. He's like a shot caller for like the Norteños.
Interesting. He's a friend.
You have some very interesting friends.
I do indeed.
All right. So, am I gonna get a payday out of this? Because there's like blood all over my van.
Yeah. I raid my resources.
Okay.
My beleaguered 2 dots of resources.
I think Dan's sitting
Here.
on 4 or 3.
3.
Yeah. He's like, he kind of looks at the meager like 200 you give him, and he's like, I mean, I'm gonna have to get this like detailed. And I mean, I can't just go to like the Jiffy Lube and like
I'm working on finding the people that stole your guns.
Okay, that was kind of like my side business, and those fucks who stole it, I'm kind of living off like my savings. But if you can find out where my guns are at, then yeah, we can call it square.
All right.
Cool, boss. So he closes up the van. He's like, you don't need a ride or anything, right?
Yeah, I'm going with them.
All
See
right.
ya.
And he just drives off. So, what have y'all been doing for a week? Tony has been staying with Betty, and hasn't been in real correspondence unless you actively try to correspond with him. Reggie, he just basically tells you that he is trying to work a deal with Betty as per the prince's request, with the whole like, we gotta kill one of these fucking Toreador off. So he's trying to basically bring some sense to both either Danny or Gabriella. Gabriella's blog has been taken down, so that's important to know. And that's pretty much it. Do you guys have any sort of investment that you want to? I'll start with Perry.
Oh.
Are you still journeying to your spots weekly?
Yeah.
Okay. For the most part, there's not much to do up there. He is, because of how hard it is to recruit Muslims in Kern County, or even to draw Muslims in such a rural, conservative Christian area.
Yeah.
It's hard to rebuild what he's lost.
Yeah.
And he is sharing with you the knowledge that he came back with. Essentially, there's these bindings that they're basically, it's hard to make, and he doesn't know how this region could produce such material. But the demon that you're dealing with, he says that it has to be made from here. So it's hard to, that's what he's basically researching, is trying to find out how to find obsidian in this area, because it can't just be obsidian from a place where obsidian can be grafted and taken. It has to be from the source where the demon could be bound. He definitely believes it's bound somewhere, but that doesn't mean it can be killed in the normal way you kill anything. Especially with the demon this old, because he wasn't able to stay where he was at for long, he wasn't able to get its true name, which is basically like the best way to kill a demon is to figure out its true name and then summon it using its true name, which means binding it to another host and killing that host, which kills the person and sacrifices the soul. But the Banu Hakim have made these sacrifices before in the past. They know. And he explains it's about community. It's about preserving the soul of the community. And sometimes he's just saddened. He's just really sad because he doesn't know how to tell you that there's no saving Theodore. He just doesn't know how to. He kind of skirts around that question a lot when it comes to like trying to teach you the Banu Hakim / ancient Children of Hakim way, how they used to slay demons in the past. And then he straight up asks you, he's like, do you think Reggie suspects where you're at?
He's a smart guy, so he probably already knows.
How smart would you say he is? I'm not trying to see his IQ or anything, but is there something different about him, would you say?
How so?
I mean, the way you describe the events that played out, much to this, I do not want to suspect anybody in our court to be under the influence, but at this point, do you believe that he could be possibly under the influence? He seems to be awfully particular when it comes to these sort of findings. I mean, nobody is that meticulous. Even I'm not that meticulous, and I've literally spanned the globe and infiltrated the most dangerous place in all creation.
I honestly don't think I have an answer to that because I don't think so, but that could just be because, in a way, I am attached to him in the group, and I don't want to suspect him of anything bad.
And that's good. That's good. And he kind of rests his hand on your shoulders, and he's like, "That's good." And he kind of confirms it. It's like, because at this point, I don't know who to trust. Given the information that I had to steal, you know, I wasn't always the merciless killer. I was always the theologist. So my training in my sorcery is not of demon slaying and eviscerating enemies. It's more of exploration of harmony and creation. So this is all new to me. What a demon can do, how it can warp your perceptions, how it can change the very fundamental being of you. Like Theodore. Theodore would have never betrayed us. He would have died before that would have happened. So I'm strangely admit to myself that this is very, let's say, this is all elementary to me. I feel very much like I have lots to learn when it comes to demon slaying still, with the knowledge that I've possessed.
I still feel like I have a lot to learn in general.
And I know, my dear, and this is not something that I wanted you to come into. This was not my, I mean, your whole being here was misfortune, as it were, but I mean, the fact that you are here now and your family is important, but I mean, this is just wrong. This isn't supposed to be here. This is things of myth and legend. Things that, like, you wouldn't imagine in a place as this place. You know, maybe Los Angeles. I've heard rumors of a demon rising in Los Angeles before. I've even heard the conflict in Mexico City where there was a temple that risen in blood and ash. But apparently a bunch of werewolves on motorcycles. But that's a tale for another time, I guess. But either way, I think it's time to let Reggie know where you've been doing and where you've been going. But I just wanted to make sure that if you trusted him, let him know that I've returned. But I've yet to make my appearance, and I haven't been summoned by His Excellency yet. So I don't know. What do you think?
Okay.
You're my eyes and ears in this place. What do you think I should do?
Maybe we should let him know, because it could lead to help, more resources, more research, more answers.
I'm just worried about the Gangrel and the Tremere. The Tremere and the Banu Hakim have never really been the best of allies. And I have killed a fair share of the usurpers in the past. So I'm probably on some sort of hit list somewhere in the Tremere's eyes, but They too have.
Maybe I won't let him know that you're back just yet. Maybe I'll just let him know what I've been doing.
Okay. And then this dreadful news of Howard Locke. It's dreadful. Utterly. And he hasn't done a thing.
Yeah.
Could you possibly get me a blood sample from him?
Yeah, I can try doing that.
That would be very important to my research.
Oh, maybe should I do that first before I let him know?
Well, do you know where Locke's at?
Kinda. Not technically.
Well,
I know who has him.
let me guess. Reginald.
Yeah.
Fucking Ventru. As he just like closes the book and sets it on like a shelf, and he's like, fucking Reginald. All right. Just, I don't want to resort to radicalizing, but there are lots of young men who wish to fight the enemy, but I don't know, it just seems so barbaric. It's not, it's something that we used to be, and we're not anymore, but we are still, if you understand what I'm trying to get at. It's just, I know you don't respect the prophet and his faith and his teaching, but, that's just what we are, and that's what I am, and you don't necessarily have to be. I don't know. Like I said, I'm very lost these days. I'm a terrible mentor. Just terrible.
It's okay.
And he's finally fit. Like, he's no longer like, you still see the scarring on his shoulder because he's wearing, like, where his arm got ripped off and was beaten with his own arm. He's not as sunken faced anymore. And the horses are they're normally ambivalent to go around vampires, but he's been around them long enough to kind of have them kind of be used to it, and they're kind of used to you guys. They're still skittish, and you don't have animalism, so you can't force them to like you. But yeah. I mean, hey, they love hay, and they'll come to hay no matter what. So, Reggie, what have you been doing this week?
I am creating a plan to trap and kill Envy.
Okay, that is okay. So how does one create a trap to kill?
Well, since we don't know what she is at the moment, it requires three things. We have to set up a situation that Envy can't resist in her attempt to kill, at the very least, Cooper and possibly Lust. I prefer to use Lust as bait because I prefer, if it fails, that she dies. Out of all the other Exabot I know. Okay. So I have to figure out the kind of situation that Envy would feel obligated to take advantage of. I have to figure out a way to get word to her that such a situation is going to exist in a way that feels like she's finding it out on her own and it's not being given to her. And then I have to figure out a way to set an ambush that she won't see coming. And all of that basically requires me to grill Cooper for the next week on Envy's habits, how she functions, how she works, how she looks at situations, how her ambushes have gone off in the past, who she is, how she was connected to his life, what other aspects of information she might have other than his notes. I need full access to his notes so I know everything she knows.
Okay, that's a lot. So
Yeah, that's why it's a week's worth of work.
yeah, so you basically just get that bombarded to your face, Cooper, when you come back to the Haven.
So the first thing that Cooper does is stand quietly for a moment because he didn't realize that you knew.
Just like, oh.
So then he's like,
And we've got like a month and a half tops till Envy has to be dead because it has to happen before the fair.
why?
I have promises to keep.
Oh my god.
Fine. What do you want to know?
Everything.
Everything.
So while Cooper's doing that, so Cooper's basically answering every question he can think of.
Mm-hmm.
So he burned all of those notes, but then rewrote them in a code. So he's basically going through it and telling you what they all say.
So just Perry, there's another whiteboard. Next to the other whiteboard, there's another whiteboard that is basically now the La Sombra and the Ventru are talking and pinning stuff and having little. So that's what you come back to when you get back to. You see like little string conspiracy lines, paper clippings, stuff like that, all in
Yeah,
code.
but with lots of names where it just looks like we're tracking people that are having affairs or like whose business partner cheated who.
You guys been busy.
When you come in, Perry, can I talk to you for a second?
Me?
Yeah.
Me, Perry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I gotta talk to Reggie.
You see Reggie, mind you, both of you, he goes into like almost a savant state where he is almost finishing your guys' sentences almost kinda. It's sort of weird.
Okay, I've got a lot to learn.
All right. This is just okay. Let's talk. Yep. Let's talk.
Harry, I just wanted to say, when we were interrogating
Oh no.
Dustin Sr., I lost control. And
Yeah,
I
you
wanted
did.
to apologize. I should not have used dominate on you. That crossed the line, and I'm sorry.
Shit happens. I was more upset that I was actually getting stuff done for once, and not just sitting around. And then you come in all like, I'm a badass vampire, just. But it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Just really sucked. Because I was getting answers out. Like, I was like this close. Not trying to be like, I'm just doing me, but I was this close to getting answers. You
Yes.
just went, whoop.
You would have gotten them if I didn't get in your way, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that's more of like you need to like apologize to yourself. Because those are the answers you did.
Working on it. Also, you're both here. I have some other information that may be important for the group to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Cooper goes
see
over.
This random Nosferatu just appear out of nowhere. Going, yeah.
God damn it.
I look at Reggie. He with you?
Yeah.
Okay. I pull out a bundle of old letters. This is correspondence between Donna Maria and her sister, who came here with the original Spanish missionaries that explored the Central Valley. I have been painstakingly using a Spanish to English dictionary to figure out what they say. And also doing a little bit of investigating on my own. And I think I've put it together. The original Cult of Drepidon, how it all got started, how it connects to Howard Locke, all of it. If you would all like the spiel.
Yeah, that's good information.
Sure shit.
Before we say this, there's information in this I need to tell Deck, and I think it's going to be best coming from me. So I would appreciate you not sharing it with him until after not talking about it with him until after I can talk to him, okay?
All right.
Sure.
And you see Ivan, like, so this demon thing is fucking real, right? This is like,
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yes.
shit.
We're playing a very
Very
elaborate RPG.
I just, I don't know what's worse, demons or hunters.
The demon. There you go.
Demon-backed hunters.
Yeah.
I guess that would be worse.
Is that real? You said, like, I've been paying attention. You've mentioned
Yes,
something about
that's what the Kern County Sheriff's Office are. Demon-backed hunters,
Oh
effectively.
my god. Well, what
Ugh.
about the
Alright.
cops? The cops.
All right. Let me go through all of this before we go off on a tangent.
Okay.
Okay.
He sits
So-
down.
There were 3 Sabbat that came with the original Spanish missionaries to the Central Valley. You have Davina, you have Laura, Donna Maria's sister, and you have a Bruja anti-tribute named Rufus. All 3 of them came with the missionaries. When they arrived, they found a tribe in the Ridgecrest area, where
Kern River Valley.
Kern River Valley, where many of the native peoples were vampires, and they weren't quite sure how that had started. They were part of 2 clans, Gangrel and La Sombra, but the La Sombra had access to powers that Donna Maria's sister had never seen before. So it wasn't something that the La Sombra from the old world were familiar with. This group had been corrupted by Drepidon. As far as I'm aware, he's just been here since the world was created. And he corrupted the tribe that sat kind of on top of his territory. So, Donna Maria's sister, but at the time, Drepidon was not fully awake. Donna Maria's sister, Laura, wanted to learn how to use the powers that the La Sombra of the tribe had access to. So she convinced the chief, whose name I'm forgetting. They have 2.
Halatala Soon.
Halatala Soon, and then his son is Halatala Kin, right?
Yep.
Okay. The chief, Halatala Soon, she convinced him to embrace. Did he embrace or did Laura embrace?
Laura embrace.
She convinced him to allow her to embrace his son. His son would have access to Drepidon's power, and that he would be able to teach her the new abilities. Her embracing him, and then him embracing, in a more metaphorical sense, Drepidon, is what awoke Drepidon and fully brought him to the kind of state he's in now. But then Laura stabbed them in the back and had the Spanish missionaries slaughter the tribe anyway. She tried to convince him afterwards, after the slaughter, that they were both kindred, or they were both Canaanites, and they could get over it. And in a rage, he killed her and Rufus. Davina...
Diablerized her.
Oh, he diablerized her.
Yeah.
Davina was using her Samis powers to look like a rock or something, and just kind of watch. As far as... I'm not 100% sure on that, but it seems logically like what she would have done. Well, that left the Gangrel and a handful, and 2 of the La Sombra. One of which, Halatala Soon, who was not corrupted, I met in the Abyss. And Halatala Kin, who Donna Maria brought in as tribute for her and me to join the Camarilla. So, meanwhile, time fast forwards, then Howard Locke and the original court show up. They realize that the Gangrel of the Kern River Valley are corrupted. And so eventually, Locke manages to rally the Camarilla and convinces them to kill the Gangrel. But they don't just kill the corrupted Gangrel, they kill all the Gangrel, including their herds and their ghouls. This is why Deck originally left the Camarilla. So, however, obviously, if the kind of high command of the Camarilla found out about this, there would be a punishment distributed across the entire court because they just killed a whole bunch of vampires, who a lot of whom hadn't done anything. So Locke basically played the "you're all collectively guilty" game and got all of them to stay quiet. That's what's been fucking up Amelia all these years, is the guilt. However, Davina, I think, has been able to learn something of their magic by studying their ruins, because you can still find their artifacts in the Kern River Valley. And so I think that's what she's been up to. She was already a Lilin before she ran into the Drepidon worshippers, and that was already kind of heretical Savat. So the step to kind of going with Drepidon wasn't that big one. All right.
How does this relate to the Nosferatu in the tunnels?
Do I have any idea why?
Nope.
No clue.
And you see Ivan kind of raise his hand.
Yeah.
I've been talking to the Nosferatu. I think I've been putting 2 to 2 together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Locke, right, made a deal with the Nosferatu clan. A bunch of, I guess, migrant workers and their families came here. I guess there's a big Chinese settlement here in Kern. I guess they were like plague bearers. There were Nosferatu that weren't accepted in major cities because of their
particular deformity.
Yeah, particular deformities. And so Archibald, being a nice guy apparently, basically took them all under his wing and made a deal with Locke that they could reside in like the sewers, but they had to basically make the new sewers after the earthquake. And so a lot of them were already fucked up in the head, according to what Hunyan had explained to me, and I'm pretty sure he kind of explained that to you, right, Reggie? About how they were already just mistreated and how basically they felt tortured and lost because of, you know, their particular deformities, and the fact they're plague bearers, which is kind of common amongst Nosferatu, sadly. I mean, it's not so much these days because, you know, it's just
less plagues.
Yeah, less plagues, but it's gotta suck when you're old as Han Yun and, you know, you got, you know, some sort of yellow fever or some sort of Asian disease that courses through your progeny. So maybe this demon sought their suffering and made them see things, right? Because they all they all worship it as like the seeing eye god or whatever, right? That's what I'm.
Yeah, the Watcher.
The Watcher. So it like watches over them and protects them.
Except that it's not the Watcher of their dreams or whatever.
Yeah. And then and Reggie, didn't you tell me about like the things behind the murals or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking at that stuff too down there, and yeah, it looks like there was some original murals down there that they were covering over with their iconography.
Their corrupted ones.
Yeah. Apparently, and he basically shows you a picture, Dan, and out of character, it looks like a stargazer symbol, but you have no idea what that is. But it does look.
I don't have a werewolf or Eastern specialization.
Yeah, exactly. But it does look. It does look very werewolfy. Because you saw the runes that Deck has been getting, and
I also saw the dude showed us his tribe symbol too.
Yeah. So it definitely
Bonar or whatever.
Yeah, it pertains to the werewolves in some fashion.
Okay, that looks werewolfy. That gives us somebody to talk to, I guess.
Yeah, hasn't that Gangrel been talking to the werewolves?
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of one more thing.
Yeah.
Locke was worried about a return of the corrupted Gangrel. He gave the Gangrel a huge amount of territory to basically buy their silence. However, that's why there's a rule in place where no Gangrel can embrace, and Archibald hasn't lifted it.
Okay.
So what, is it just any Gangrel from these lands could be threatened by this Drebadon dude?
I think
doubt it.
anybody could be threatened by Drepidon as much as anybody else. Locke's just kind of a racist.
Yeah. It was the original clan just happened to be Gangrel.
And
And
Lasombra.
also-
Yeah, that's
Yes,
weird.
and Lasombra.
I thought there was no vampires in the New World. Back in the day.
That's why it was of such interest to the Sabbat.
Well, I'm not Sabat. You're Sabat. Or we're Sabat.
I was Sabbat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It comes in handy in situations like this, though.
I mean, the girl's Assamite. I mean, things have changed.
I'm not Asmite.
Banu Hakim.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'm getting used to that. You know,
I mean, just technically they're still Asamites, but they're not.
yeah,
They're doing their own shit right now.
Yeah. I know. It's just, you know, I've met an Assamite before, and it wasn't pleasant.
Just one?
Um.
Usually they come in large numbers when they come for you.
Well, it wasn't a, you know, I was kind of hiding in the corner counting money, and yeah, I saw, you know, blades flying through the air, and so I ran.
That's a good idea when the ass might show up.
Yeah.
Though the really dangerous ones don't use swords as much. Guns, bombs,
Gun,
fire. Lots of fire.
blood stuff.
All right. Well, I guess, does anybody else want to share?
The one thing I will say is everyone who gets infected by Drepidon, if you want to think about it like a disease, has some sort of like initial infection. So a lot of people's initial infection is directly from Drepidon. So Davina, Hatalkin, both of them were initially infected by Drepidon itself. But I haven't come across anyone who was infected by Drepidon itself who did not choose to serve Drepidon. So I don't think Drepidon can force an unwilling person to be infected from him. But someone who's already infected can say, create a new vampire like Locke, and then their child is infected.
Well, what about that Torior guy?
You just
Oh.
heard the song.
Yeah, he heard the song, right?
Well, he can, but he's not infected. I heard the song, but I'm not infected. He can attack you, but he can't infect you, if that makes sense. Infected people have kind of, on some level, are kind of following him and carry his corruption. People who were attacked have just been attacked.
So is this like
That's-
a demon or a virus? I'm very
It's a
confused.
demon, but I'm choosing to think of it as a virus to try and figure out who all of the corrupted people are.
Okay.
I think it's the best model that we've got right now.
Okay.
So we can't force you to serve him. You have to choose it, is what you're saying.
Yes.
All right.
But you can end up corrupted if you're corrupted by someone who chose to serve him. So Gideon, Desiree.
Well,
they
Gideon
were-
was through the blood. So is it like
Yes.
a contract?
I don't know.
Perry, this is what you've been studying for the last, you know, several odd weeks.
Yeah.
You understand that
Yeah.
the knowledge that you've been given is that demon, it depends on the demon, and it depends on how powerful the demon. But from what Ferris has been basically saying, you're dealing with something that is like inherently so powerful that if it breaks your will, and on some level, it can get inside you. Because somebody as like, and he would tell you, he wouldn't say this out loud, but he's heavily implying about Theodore. He's heavily implying that like somebody as devoted to a cause and a sect that Theodore was should have never been turned. So there is some sort of what Cooper is saying. There's a trigger. There's an infection that can lead to somebody being under the service of Drebadon, where it be out of. And this is the thing that he tells you, is he doesn't know what type of demon it is, but all demons follow a particular sin. If there is like a hierarchy in hell, depending on what you believe, if you believe the Arabic or the Dharmas of the Thousand Hells, or if you believe in like the, Christian, 9 layers of hell, or even like hell, Hel, where all the souls of the corrupt go in Norse mythology. They all follow this like sort of mindset because that they're just succumb to it. So he doesn't know what type of demon this could be. His guess is that it's not a prideful demon, and it's that he just doesn't know what type of demon this is. But this contract, when he said the word contract, that kind of rang in your head, is that this demon doesn't necessarily have to put you in a contract in order to serve him.
Yeah.
So take that information as you will.
Do you tell us that?
Well, that's the conversation I was going to talk to with Reggie. So, I mean, Perry's probably going to be like nodding and like she knows this, but she shouldn't know this. So she's just I'm really shaky right now. Sorry, coffee. I need to not have any more of that.
Out of that giant mug.
Yeah, it was like full, and I had a second one, so that's great. Yeah, she was gonna have a private conversation with Reggie about all of this. So she's like kind of holding it in, but she's like nodding and agreeing like she knows without really realizing it.
So, and then Cooper's gonna look at Reggie. Also, Davina always considered herself loyal to the Sabbat, even though she may have been demon corrupted. There is a chance, and I would wager a fairly good one, that Envy would be willing to work with Davina to attack us.
And Davina and Envy come from the same line of...
Yes, they come from the same line of Samis.
Okay. That complicates things.
What do you mean? How does that complicate what? They're Samis. They all should just fucking die.
Well, there's more than one.
But getting Envy to getting Envy to fall into a trap is harder if she has help and backup.
Oh, and God, I thought of one more thing that Envy could do. But the problem is it really just fucks up our ability to anticipate anything. Envy can make Bradoviches, and Bradoviches can use vicissitude. There's a chance Envy can just turn a bunch of people, then kidnap people and swap them out for her revenants, have for her Bradoviches, and just have them vicissituded to look like the original people. Theoretically, both of you could just be Bradoviches right now. I'm just choosing to believe you're not, because if I don't, we're screwed. The one way we can check that, though, is the Bradovich will still have human blood.
Or a heartbeat.
I don't know what you can cover up with vicissitude. I don't know it well enough.
They're living. Something tells me they gotta have... If they have human blood, they gotta have a heartbeat.
Yeah, they gotta have a heartbeat. It's hard to fake a heartbeat.
That's true.
It's hard to fake vampirism.
I just wanted us to be aware of all the possibilities. Also, I have kind of mapped out a timeline of when... Of as many times as I know about when Envy was masquerading as my assistant. Apparently what she would do is she would masquerade as my assistant when I was talking to her, and then when I would leave, she would masquerade as me to my actual assistant in order to keep us from figuring out anything was wrong. But that does allow me to cross off certain blocks of time where Envy could not have been doing things.
What about the radio guy? I'm sorry, this is kind of like an interjection, but isn't that fucking scary?
Oh, what?
The Night Wolf guy?
Yeah.
It is now that we have active hunters again, who are smart/dumb enough to maybe believe him.
Well, I mean, Reggie, I'm not good at this demon crap, but like I could definitely run point on like keeping the masquerade going for as long as possible. So you guys deal with the demon shit. I can run masquerade breaches.
Demon shit.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just not... Just way above my pay grade. Seems like you guys are like the experts here. I didn't think Reggie was a demon expert.
I'm not a demon expert, but I gotta figure stuff out as I go.
Okay.
I'm not a demonologist, but this thing tried to kill me, so I've spent the last several months trying to figure out everything I can about it.
I thought the Sabbat like worship demons. That's what I heard.
No, even worshipping demons is frowned upon in the Sabbat. That
It's like the only thing that's frowned upon in
It's like
this spot.
it's like the only... And even then, some of the leadership were like, yeah, we're secretly worshiping demons, but we can't tell anybody.
Because it's the only thing that's frowned upon.
It's the only thing that's frowned upon. Freedom. Anyways, so you and basically you get a moment, Perry, where Cooper is like getting all this information and putting it on the board so you can have your little talk with Reggie.
Yeah. Yay.
Okay.
Okay. So, hey, Reggie.
Perry?
Well, sure you've noticed I've been gone and stuff. Maybe. I don't know if you really have. I don't fucking know.
I have.
Okay, cool. So I've been doing some research with, some people about these demons. Demon things, demon stuff. And maybe I have some information that might help you. And how you might help me.
Okay.
Okay. Shit. Where's my scattered notes? I suck at notes, guys.
I mean, you could get like a book like I get a book.
Yeah, and that's what I need, because right now I'm just like on little pages of stuff.
no,
not really,
no. You need a
not
29-page Word document.
You mind sharing that with Dan? FYI, actually send him like a Google Doc invite.
Right.
I
Something
should
like
put
that.
this on Google Docs and not just have a Word document.
But it's very Perry-like, so it's okay.
Cooper would also... There's like certain things like that I write down in this that I would probably Cooper wouldn't actually write down, because I write down what just happens in the session so I remember, but I imagine Cooper would probably have a better memory having actually been there. But I can share all the stuff that he would have written down.
Mm.
his little profiles on all the vampires.
So, I don't know exactly what to share that Reggie doesn't already know.
I mean, he doesn't know where you've been going, or does he? Or does he?
Or does he? I don't even remember where I was going. That's
probably talking about Ferris and the obsidian.
well, yeah, no, Ferris, obsidian. Oh yeah, the obsidian thing. Where's my notes? I'm sorry, I'm so fucking horrible at life.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, okay. So basically, the things that I've found out is that demons, it's hard to make like bindings, and that the fact that people have become so easily captured by these demons is very weird from what I'm learning. And also kind of learned that how to catch a demon and how to kill a demon. I don't know if that's something you know.
No, I don't know. Those are great things to know.
Yeah. So basically, we have to find obsidian from the source where the demon could be bound.
Okay, well,
Yep.
Cooper said he was in a cave with the demon, so that's probably a place to start for that.
Exactly. We also have to find out things like their true name, and we can summon it and bind it to something different, or to someone different, and then sacrifice them, which would then in turn kill the demon.
I'm not. Is there another way, maybe that doesn't involve killing a person?
And specifically, the person has to be like a true innocent. It has to be like, because it has to completely cancel out the.
So I can't even like bind it to one of its creepy worshippers and
No.
kill them. That plan's out.
No.
We can throw that one out the window.
No, yeah.
And
Not that I know of so far. That's the only one I got.
All right. Well, Cooper says he's got a way to put it to sleep. Again.
Asleep, yeah. Doesn't mean it will ever wake up. Could come back, and we'll be dealing with it all over again.
Maybe.
Maybe.
How about this? You say it's bound. Is there a way to just like unbind it and send it back to hell?
I don't know. Did I learn that?
no, because Ferris has no idea how powerful this demon is.
Yeah, not that I know of. That's not something I've learned yet.
Yeah.
I'm still researching. I'm still learning.
Okay, well, that'd be the place to start. Getting rid of it in a way that doesn't involve destroying an innocent person
Yeah.
is preferable.
I mean, sacrifices have to be made, man. Sacrifices got to be made.
It can't be as bad as the things you're fighting.
As far as Rufus running Masquerade Point, he will.
Ivan, you mean?
Or Ivan, yeah. Ivan's going to be running Masquerade Point. Luna does contact you, Reggie, and Cooper, saying that he has the gaggle of Bradoviches. He has Desiree, he has Dustin on ice, and he has
Yeah, Desiree.
Desiree. Yeah.
Oh, So wait, Reggie, you found Dez, right?
Yeah. Did we find out if there's like a range on how far away Des can be beckoned from?
No, I mean, she explained that it's in the blood, so it could be anywhere.
So they have to find a way to. What way did we? Because we went and found out how to like magic it out of her.
Sorry, you broke up there.
Blood right there. Pause. Or
Um,
give me a second.
That's okay.
Reset my.
It's okay. Thank you once again, Skype, for contributing to the immersion.
This stream not brought to you by Skype.
Yeah.
It's not brought to you by Skype. Fuck that.
To answer the YouTube comments and chat, I mean, there's always somebody who's innocent. I mean, babies are innocent.
Oh god.
Find a newborn baby. God.
Find a newborn baby and sacrifice shit out of that thing.
That's
Woo!
And then in killing the demon, we become a creepy demon cult by murdering newborn children. God.
and that
Okay.
And that was Ferris's like basic that's he does. All demons are unique. They're all unique. So even
Yeah.
that probably wouldn't be the answer. That's just kind of like demonology 101. You find the true name, you summon the demon, you bind it to a living thing, you kill the living thing, and it in turn destroys. That's not true. Once you get baptized, you are considered innocent. Thank you very much, chat.
Oh, well, that's easy. One of us can just convert to Catholicism, get baptized, and then immediately get possessed by the demon.
So,
A manufactured innocence.
a manufactured innocent. So, while Reggie is coming back to us, Cooper, you have several messages from Donna Marie throughout the week, just basically explaining that she has hired some devotees. She's had to use some tactics she hasn't used in a while of seduction and dominate in order to get these strapping young men to guard her while she sleeps. She doesn't feel comfortable using this tactic because she hates it. But she has gone back to the Haven and she is rebuilding her influence.
I message her and by text because I really don't want to talk to her after it happens. Reggie knows. I'm assuming Luna told him.
Okay. You get a phone call.
We're gonna pretend like I didn't see that. Back on voicemail.
You put her on voicemail?
Fuck. I answer it.
Okay.
Are you gonna yell at me?
I'll yell at you when I'm in person. That sniveling gangrel.
Without that sniveling gangrel, we wouldn't have been able to cover up what happened at your church. Yes, he's awful at keeping secrets, but at least Reggie can help us kill Envy now.
Fine. I have bigger fish to fry.
Damn it. Did she hang up?
No. Where are we at as far as cooperation?
From
the others. Wrath, the Sloth.
Belliana is kind of
Ugh.
I think has a thing. She has a thing for Reggie, so I think that's out.
She's going by.
By the way, I walk away from
Yeah.
the hate. I walk into a place where people aren't going to eavesdrop off me.
Okay.
Stewart. I don't know. Reggie's paying him now.
More likely to build something, I guess. Correct?
Yeah, they're making the new Elysium.
Really?
Apparently, Amelia had a freak out after the earthquake.
Interesting. What about you and being Scourge?
Fuck, I totally forgot. It's been a week, right? Which means I have to go.
Yeah.
So at some point during this week, I'll be like, oh, time to go kill some Thin Bloods.
Well, I mean, what sort of punishment are you going to face with? What are we going to face with?
I gave him 5. How long ago did I give him those 5 Thin Bloods we got?
Yeah.
How long? Wait, no. How long ago was that?
Like about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I gave him 5 2 weeks ago. If I can just go get 1, I can buy myself another week.
Okay.
And then I'm working with Luna to try and get him to go back on the Toreador thing. Because I think that's too much.
Well, you better find a Thin Blood soon.
I know. Damn it. Also, I put it together. What happened with your sister and the tribe in the Kern River Valley. I've got the whole timeline.
Did she go peacefully?
No. Hatalakan diablerized her.
That fucking monster.
Well, you brought him to his death, at least.
No, we gave him to the fucking prince. And he had the satisfaction. He should have been consumed. He should have been consumed by the abyss. I would have sought to it.
But I don't think being consumed by the abyss is that permanent. I think his dad was consumed by the abyss, and I've met his father. Especially now, when we don't understand how the abyss works. Have you figured out what changed?
What do you mean? In the abyss?
Why? Yeah, it's cold now.
No idea.
How are the other La Sombra and the Cam dealing with it?
Oh, you know. The Cam is definitely testing us.
I heard the La Sombra have made good inroads in Chicago.
They make good rounds in Los Angeles as well, and in Portland, and in Seattle. But that being said, there are people like Envy. No doubtably not as powerful as Envy, but there are interlopers who wish us destroyed for betraying the Sabbat. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn. Because at this point, I have to agree with our fellow clansmate. We are not responsible for freeing the other clans. What we're responsible for is
ourselves.
Exactly. Now, the Fiends, that's another story. The Samis, they were born of the Sabbat. They were bred by the Sabbat. They live by the Sabbat. They were the Sabbat before the Sabbat was even a thing. Technically, technical matter speaking, we were Sabbat before that. But at least we had the respect of the high clans. And so did they. But they are the Fiends for a reason.
That does bring us to another problem. You know that Davina and Envy are of the same line, right?
Yes, I'm very aware.
I'm worried they might be working together. Which complicates matters, especially because I think Davina's been learning magic from the ruins of Drepidon's tribe.
How does a thing like this even happen? How does this even play out?
I think Drepidon's just been here since the world was created.
So we're literally
I wasn't
dealing
really.
with some sort of pantheon, like a literal god of something, of creation.
I don't know. I wasn't really religious before you embraced me. Now, I don't know what to think.
We're descendants of Cain.
Yeah, I know that. It's confusing.
It's confusing. Well, dear, you need to
Also,
learn.
is there actually a benevolent God who's watching all of us? Because if so, he's doing a pretty shit job.
I was raised Catholic, and then I became Protestant, and then I became Catholic again. Religion is just a tool, but a tool had to come from somewhere. It wasn't just. I mean, the wheel was invented out of necessity. Fire was created out of an act of nature. Man dreamt of God because they want to return to some sort of source, some sort of meaningful existence, because they're unable to comprehend the void of nothingness. So, is there a God? Yes. I fundamentally believe there is a God. But the rules that we have learned by this God aren't necessarily the right playbook, if you understand what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, I can get behind that. That makes sense.
I mean,
but
are we the lost tribe of Isaac and Solomon? Are we the chosen people? Are we all exiles of Nod, and we're just Nodists wandering in the land of Nod? Are we the spawn of Lilith herself from her dark garden?
That's what I want to know. It's kind of in my nature to want all the answers.
That's good, and that's why I seek potential in you. But at the same time, you have a really, really bad habit of just screwing everything up.
Well, I have only been a vampire for 2 years.
Well, part of it is me to blame. If you were if I were to really embrace you for what it matters, you would have had the tools to deal with all this by now. But because I was ordered to embrace you, and I saw you as more of a necessary evil, but now I embrace you as my child, or I feel that it's my responsibility to teach you our ways, especially these times where we have to remember our ways more than ever before.
Aw, I'm really glad I didn't let Amelia kill you.
Say what? What?
Why do you think she knocked you out? She wanted me to use you as the sacrifice for me to get into the cam. I was the one who convinced her not to.
So you could have just killed me at any point.
Mm-hmm.
How very Lasombra of you.
I didn't, though. I knew that deep down you really did care about me.
Ugh, you're cute, but you're not that cute. Just deal with this. Hangs up.
Oh, I swear to God, if I find out that she murdered Amelia because I told her that. All right, so this is awkward without Dan.
Yeah. That's. I'm texting him right now. So thank you for everybody. We're dealing with some technical difficulties. So Oh, and there he is.
Oh, there we go.
I was gonna pop in, and Rufus is like, "So who are you talking to?" And you just pop out of nowhere. So who are you talking to?
Oh, I forgot there's fucking... So does he do that?
Yeah, he just like, "Who are you talking to?"
Oh, motherfucker. My sire.
Oh, there's more of you?
Oh, I didn't just pop into existence.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not talking about the birds and the bees here. I'm talking about, like, there are more Lasombra here.
My sire and I joined the Camarilla together.
Oh, fuck. All right. Could you,
Look,
I mean, I'm new to all this, and I'm just here as a refugee.
Also not Rufus, right, Ivan?
Yeah, Ivan, sorry. I'm more of like a refugee. But if you could give me like the skinny on like the Kern County sheriffs, so that when I run point on this whole Masquerade breaching angle, like where's one place I should avoid?
So, Locke created this will get to the sheriffs real quick. Locke created a family of ghouls to kind of hold power in Bakersfield to help him hold power. However, he didn't keep an eye on them. They became demonically corrupted. And then at some point, either before or after they became corrupted, they kind of took control of the sheriff's department. So the sheriff's department is corrupted by Drepidon. Other than their regular patrols, the sheriff's department has also been especially watching an organization called Action and Faith. So if you don't want to draw their attention, avoid any of those locations.
Got it. Cool. I'll ask Reggie what Action and Faith is.
It's a front for the ministry.
The who?
The Setites.
Oh, fuck. What is with these fucking rebranding? I can't keep up.
Yeah, we
Fuck.
just switched sides. We didn't change names.
I can't stand it. Just ugh. And he just vanishes. All right, so
well, I didn't really say anything important on that phone call.
So Perry, continue where you left off. Basically, sorry.
It happens. It's life.
It's Skype. It's nobody else's.
It's Skype. I think the last thing that I should bring up is that this in general, this demon is different because taking Theo, who is possessed and taken over, he was somebody so devoted to their god that he should have never been turned in the first place. And we found out that this demon doesn't use like a contract to serve, and it seems stronger than most.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So.
Wow. At least we can be prepared on that end.
And if you can do me a favor.
Okay.
I need a blood sample from Howard.
Why?
Trust me?
It's not that I don't trust you. It's that convincing Howard Locke to let me take a blood sample is not going to be easy. And he's an Elder Ventru, so he can just make me not do it.
Fuck. I need it.
Do you know what you need it for?
Nope.
It's so these people you've been learning about demons with, they need his blood.
Yes.
Is it to help them hunt demons? Can you ask them what they need his blood for?
I shoot a quick text over.
So you get a frantic text right back saying yes. Just say yes to anything he says.
Yes.
Why do you want his blood? Yes.
Pretty much what I did is look up and go, yes.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yes. Say yes to anything. Yes.
So, while you two are talking, that's when you took the call into the other room.
Yeah.
And then a week goes by, and everybody's been. Go ahead.
I do tell Reggie. Also, I've said this before, but if you've learned anything, or also you, Perry, maybe, I don't know. This tattoo, is that my right arm or my left arm?
It is on your left arm.
This tattoo was given to me by Hatala Soon in the Abyss, and he said that it can bind Drepidon. I don't know why, and I don't know what this symbol has to do with any of it.
It looks very werewolfy, Dan, because you're starting to like see the way, you know, you've played World Darkness werewolf games.
Yeah, the art style.
Yeah, the art style.
particular art style.
Yeah,
That also looks werewolfy.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Wolves.
We might want to ask them what they know about this demon, since their art seems to be showing up.
Oh, damn it. Most of my information came from just looking at the scene and reading Laura and Lust's notes. So
Did they mention anything about werewolves?
Did they?
it was a tribe full of cannibals. That there was all sorts of oddities.
It was a tribe full of cannibals, so I wouldn't rule out that there were wolves there. But
Cool.
I have not had a lot of
Wolves.
interactions with wolves.
No, I don't think any of us have. I've
seen one once.
I've seen one once.
I've met one. We'll hand all this stuff over to Deck and get him to ask the wolves about it.
Fair. I met a changeling once. That was interesting.
A changeling?
Yeah, like a
Like-
fairy.
Like some kid that got kidnapped by a fairy and replaced?
I didn't really ask him his life story, but
That's what a changeling is.
I also met a wizard.
I've met a wizard too.
She was just kind of emo.
You
She
should
didn't really do anything cool.
Back in the you see Ivan going like back in the heyday when the Succubus Club was like kicking. You can run in all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah, like hunters. Keeping track of everybody coming in and going out of the Succubus Club.
Well, Reggie, that was just San Francisco, okay?
Fair enough. LA had one too. I'm not blaming you. But man, was that thing asking for the Second Inquisition.
I heard there's another one popping up in Chicago.
A new Succubus Club
A
in
new-
the wake of the Second Inquisition?
Yeah, isn't that kind of trippy?
Are they using the
That-
same name?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's-
they're dumb.
Thank you, Onyx Path, that I've kickstarted your book. I appreciate it. So the couple nights go on. You guys all
Do I? Oh, also, just before I go, also I'm gonna have to catch at least one more thin blood this week to meet Archibald's quota. So, Reggie, could you remind me which parts of the sewers I'm not supposed to go into?
The spooky ones.
Are there
Don't catch any of the Nosferatu in the old Chinese tunnels.
Okay.
Avoid anything that has ghost lights or looks like an old building that they just built stuff on top of.
All right. Wish me luck.
Okay.
Luck.
Oh, also, now that you know about, I'm not saying this, but also now that Cooper knows that Reggie knows about Envy, he kind of moves out of Dex.
Yeah, and go back to the coterie.
Into the coterie haven.
Okay.
Ah.
Which is perfect for the scene I'm about to do.
Oh, yay.
Do you catch any?
No,
Floods?
no, you don't even begin. You don't even know where to begin to find thin bloods, let alone
Yes.
there's so much sewer that and there's so much reconstruction going on in the sewers and parts of the town right now that it wouldn't even be safe for you to go because you would just. Reggie has influence. He has paperwork. You have nothing.
Reggie has obfuscate.
Yeah, Reggie has obfuscate.
But not high enough to cover anybody else.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm picturing a bunch of scenes of Cooper driving up to where you could get into the sewers and being like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. Like one night after, you just look at a sewer manhole and you're like, this is not conducive to my expertise.
I think I'm just gonna wait for Archibald to yell at me. Okay.
Okay.
Does Archibald even have to know? You could just lie.
That's true.
It's not like he's taking head counts.
So, I'm going to say this is going to be a Wednesday because I feel like this is appropriate for a Wednesday.
Oh, gosh.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day. So, Perry,
Oh, gosh.
I need you to make a humanity roll.
Okay. Cool.
3. Is that an exceptional? Please tell me that's an exceptional.
Yes.
Isn't it? Oh, dang it. I don't have World 20 up on my end. Sorry. I have it open, but not the splash screen.
2 tens.
2 10s. All right.
Yep.
So I got 3, then 2 tens. So that's 4, right?
4.
That's 5, technically.
5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, Perry, for the rest of this encounter, you can only roll a maximum equal dice to your humanity. So whatever your humanity is at, that is the highest roll you can have. So if you have humanity 6, you can only roll 6 dice for stuff.
Humanity 5.
So you can only roll 5 dice for stuff.
Okay.
But because you got an exceptional success, you don't have to roll every turn to stay up. You are forcibly woken up. And you see Salim
Oh, God.
waking you up. And I have to make a humanity roll for Rose. Oh, this is gonna be fantastic. So she got she got 3 successes, so she can stay up for 3 turns. Or
Was it really per turn? I thought it was per scene.
It's per scene.
per scene. So she wakes up forcibly. And he is like, we are leaving.
What?
Both of you get up now. There is something going on outside. I'm obligated to do this. So get dressed and go. And meet me.
Okie dokie.
So, Reggie,
Yeah.
you are woken up.
Okay.
So give me a humanity check.
Where is humanity?
It's at the very, very bottom
The,
of the
I'm
sheet.
looking for the I'm looking
Yeah.
for the die symbol.
It's at the very, very
Found
bottom.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So
1.
he is. So make another roll as you're slowly trying. You feel the weight of your coagulated blood not coursing or rousing you up. There.
There's 2 more.
And you are awoke. You are awake. And it is you are not. Oh, by the way, you all have a hunger die. So everyone add a hunger die.
Wait, are we all at hunger 2?
Yeah, you're all whatever hunger you're at prior, you add 1.
Well, but is it not implied we would have like eaten during the week?
Yes, you would have eaten during the week.
Okay.
Turn down your game, by the way. You got really loud all of a sudden.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you are forcibly woken up by Salim. And he's like, there is a situation outside, and I do not know how to deal with this, and I do not know how if you have a contingency for this.
What's the situation?
There is a bunch of sheriffs,
Oh, fuck me.
and there's a bunch of Bakersfield Police Department, and they're asking questions, and they're coming into the building. They have search warrants.
For what?
Apparently somebody made a complaint about some sort of workers abuse. I'm not sure if it's one of your clients who is fessed
Nobody
up.
made a complaint.
I'm just trying to let you know what is happening at this very moment. I will show you this, however, and he pull out his phone and he looks like he took a quick snapshot. You see one of the fucking hunters is with them.
Yeah. It's hunters. I don't know how they found out about us.
I don't think they know exactly what's going on yet. But what do we do?
Did you get a view of the search warrant?
No. But I've been in Kern County long enough to know that the sheriff, besides knowing that their masters are of the unholy, that they never cared about procedure to begin with. So what do we do? What do you want me to do?
Well,
I will lay down my life for her.
okay. So take them upstairs. Wait. They have a search warrant for this particular building?
For everything that is under. I couldn't get everything. Hold on. Let me text the secretary, and he texts her, and then he gets an image, and he holds it up. You're breathing really hard, by the way, Evan. Or at least I think that's you. He shows you it's everything under your Pleasant Properties.
None of this is under Pleasant Properties.
That's what is weird, is that they are trying to find stuff under Pleasant Properties, and they are trying to find anything involving. It's loosely basically all the strip clubs. They're trying to find a person of interest relating to a complaint. And
Which person of interest?
that is the thing that is. It's basically one of your dummy names that you have from one of your fronts.
Okay.
So they
So they're looking for a man that doesn't exist.
they're looking for a man that doesn't exist.
So where does this paper trail squirrel my fake ID nobody man to?
That you don't know. That doesn't show up on the paperwork.
I've got my computer stuff right down here.
Yeah, you have your computer stuff down here.
So I'm gonna post. I'm just gonna post date as fire. I'm gonna post date as firing to 2 weeks ago. By the time you get up there, tell him he's fired. He's no longer employed by this company. And then let him have access to his personnel record.
What about the hunter? And what about the police?
See if they leave. While you're doing that, I'm going to.
Do you want me to wake the La Sombra and the Nosferatu?
I'll get them, and I'll get everybody into
the sewers.
Yeah, I'll get everybody out, and then I'll get all the secure stuff. They would need blowtorches to get into, but they might try that anyway. So I'm gonna.
But there's Victor's or there's Tony's.
But the only thing that's illegal is the armory and the cat. But Tony should have his cat.
Yeah, Tony has the cat, but the armory's still down here.
But the armory is in the security room, so that's where our sewer access is. So we'll move all the guns and stuff down.
Okay.
And then close over that access. So delay them as long as you can. I mean, hopefully they'll just go away, but I doubt it because they probably are looking for us specifically.
You get a text, you never in correspondence with the secretary because you have people that talk to other people. You have actual humans that talk. So he gets a text, and he's like, "They're looking for this person," and it is a police description of your face.
Oh, so they're looking. Yeah, they're looking for the guru. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, once again, though, the ID they're looking for has been fired. So.
But who is the guru? They're asking for this individual, which I'm assuming. Well, he doesn't know anything about the guru, so he's like,
"Yeah,
how does this connect to your business with Pleasant Properties?"
That was the identity I used to work with the Hollywood folks, which is how we found out about the demon cult. The question is, how did they connect it to here?
So, is the guru that we're about to fire this guy, or they're working in tandem together?
No, they got to be working in tandem. Because the guru, like, that whole shtick never actually worked for my clubs. That was all designed specifically for Pleasant Properties. So
just get it.
They're fishing.
They're fishing.
Yeah, they can't connect me to here directly or him to here directly.
What happens?
They know
if they start attacking.
We'll have to defend, but just delay them. I'll get everybody into the sewers.
No. Oh. This is your home. If they kill the people here,
I will kill every last one of them, and then their families. Actually, I'll kill their families first. Then I'll kill every last one of them.
Sounds like a man who loves his house.
But I have an obligation. I promised Ferris I'd keep Ruby and Perry safe. Ivan's here as a guest. The La Sombra's here as a guest. Obligations first.
All right.
If they start shooting, though, I'll be there as fast as I can be. And we'll turn this into a bloodbath they weren't expecting.
He bows and he runs off and he's going upstairs.
All right, I'll go wake up Cooper.
Okay.
Tell Perry, Rose, and Ivan to start getting the guns into the sewers.
Okay.
And get ready to close up access.
You see Han Yun there as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, you just see him just like clench his fist. Like he will tear some fuckers up if he has to. And he's awake. He like nobody woke him up. Nobody like he just appears and he's just there.
Han Yun, you got a family to protect, man.
He says in Chinese, he's like, "You are part of my family now. may have brought this disaster on your home, whereas you protect and saved my home. My children know all my lessons. I'm merely just a reminder of their failings."
In crisis, they're gonna need you.
I'll be down here. I'll be in the shadows. So you're gonna go ahead and wake Cooper?
Yeah.
Make a humanity check.
Okay. Also, sorry, the mic keeps getting loud. It keeps resetting it whenever I try and turn it down.
It's okay.
Humanity. My humanity is 6. No modifiers?
No modifiers. Wow. You are very, very good. You're like, greeting the dawn and whatnot. It's like a thing that the Sabbat do. So your blood is hastened and is not as coagulated, and you are awoken by Cooper.
You mean by Reggie?
Or Reggie,
Or do
sorry.
I wake myself
Yeah,
up?
sorry. I just got back from Evo, okay?
No, that's okay. I understand. I do it all
Yeah,
the time.
Yeah. From Reggie.
What's wrong?
Sheriffs and the hunters are outside. You need to help. You need to help Rose and Perry and Ivan get the guns from the armory down into the sewers and then close up the sewer access behind you.
Got it.
Oh, by the way, your connection to the abyss is like really bad right now.
Daytime.
Yeah.
Oh no! I took the teleport away power because I assumed we'd only ever do things at night.
Yeah.
Okay. I help them though. I have potence, so.
So I mean, Vic has Tony has a full armory of old prison attire and equipment. That was stored down here. Plus, you guys have the cache of weapons. Plus, you have
Jesus.
a bunch of other incriminating stuff. Now, to get down here, it's not going to take a lot of hassle. But like Reggie said, there are some things that are just impossible to get to unless they blowtorch it. But all your notes are there. Everything that you guys have just kind of built in is there. And we're just going to play this out. So as a reminder, you can only roll up to maximum of your dice in humanity. So all you 6s and 5s out there, just letting you know. So I want Perry and Cooper to give me whatever your preferred stat, a Dex Athletics, to just start hauling the shit out without accidentally setting off a gun or dropping a magazine or, heaven forbid, drop a fucking frag grenade in the pin pools or a riot or whatever, the smoke grenades that are like used for control prison riots.
Luckily, the armory's soundproof. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Cooper have enough time to quickly wipe off from the whiteboards everything they'd put on there?
I mean, that's like weeks worth of work. Or like
take a picture.
Okay, cell phone.
Yeah. Okay. So you just
because I don't want them to know. They're the cult of Drepaton. I don't want them to be like, huh, he put it all together.
The thing is that you did all of you use code that you guys understand, but yeah, they would be able to just put it together. So, yeah, I'll give you time to do that.
Okay, that's the first thing Cooper does.
Rose is not handling this really well. She is freaking out.
Oh gosh.
She's like, she's like almost having like This is how they attacked us last time.
Oh no.
This is how they attacked us last time. She's just like, if she could hyperventilate, she would be hyperventilating. So her body is reacting. She is panicking, and she has to make a frenzy check because she is scared out of her fucking mind. She's like, this is how they did it the last time, lass. This is how they did it the last time. They're going to find us again. They always find us. What am I supposed to do? I feel so helpless. So she's not in fear frenzy, but she is not also doing good. She's basically she just goes into the sewer, and Ivan is like, yo, who's gonna watch this bitch? She is freaking out.
So I'll help her.
I'm hauling shit.
Oh, is it you disobeying an order?
I don't work for you. She's your clan mate. You deal with her. Reggie, you get a text from Salim. They're letting 2 officers in, but your people are basically throwing the legalese book at them. But there's 2 sheriffs who are making the rounds in the building.
Okay.
I'm watching the hunter to see if he makes a move.
Okay. I'm going to obfuscate 3.
Okay.
And mask of 1,000.
To be plain Jane or plain Doe, play John Doe.
Somebody they would expect to see down here, which that's a level 3 power, so I can't re-roll it.
Okay, so you gain a hunger. So you're at
And then I'm going to Blush of Health.
Ooh, 4 hunger, man. You're riding the lightning's edge right now.
Yeah, I know.
You are.
I know.
And you can't feed off these Well, no, they're all bullies. You could feed off them.
And they're demons, so they're demon worshippers. So they aren't mortals.
Mm-hmm.
The hunter would be an iffy, but I'd have to pay the willpower to overcome my bane. But
yeah,
or
so
to overcome my prey exclusion. Yeah.
you are. So you just see Reggie just kind of go, and he just morphs, like you kind of his face kind of goes hazy, but you can all feel like his temperament rise as he is changing to something else. Like a blank ass person, generic white dude, the most generic white dude ever. Non-descriptive, non-features. That is it. What are you doing, Perry?
Trying to help get shit into the sewer.
Okay, so whoever's moving shit to the sewer, give me a preferred stat and athletics.
Do I have enough time to do that and erase the notes, or am I just erasing the notes right now?
You gotta erase the notes.
Okay.
So I can only roll 5?
You can only roll up to what your humanity is.
5.
So you can only roll 5. So if you roll your athletics and it's above 5, you have to -1. So when it says modifiers, you have to hit -1.
Okay.
If it's above 5. You minus how many you need to remove.
So do I put -1, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you've been around guns long enough to know, like, this is how you eject it. This is how you take the magazine out, and you start just tossing shit down the hole. And Ivan grabs it and like puts it in like basically a Tupperware box that it was like holding like old files that Reggie had, and he just dumped it all out into like a pile in the center, and he's just kind of like poured water all over it, and he's just throwing, making sure that that down here the sewer doesn't do any damage to the weapons, and he's like grabbing the guns and tossing them in as you're trying to erase all the evidence of your guys's plan. Reggie,
Yeah, like the whole investigation.
yeah, you spiked up again.
Oh, damn it! Sorry.
Reggie, now that now you're a Mask of 1,000, Blush of Health.
I'm gonna print up the firing file I set up with reason for possible embezzlement. Before I fired him, and then step outside.
Okay.
And try to meet the sheriffs when they eventually come downstairs. Like making it look like I'm going to them with the file.
It's a well-lit room.
Which room?
They're not coming down here yet. They're still above.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for them to come down here.
Oh, you're waiting
before I actually go to me. Yeah, until they start opening the door to come down, I'll just pass weapons down into the sewers to people.
All right. There's another update. They just arrested 2 guys. And there's an armored vehicle that just showed up.
Okay.
Who did they arrest?
They just arrested 2 guys in your building.
Okay.
I'm trying to make my rounds, trying to not be noticed. My obfuscation is very limited. You get another text saying that they're basically trying to force the workers to evacuate the building. But your workers are pretty much like, this is bullshit. We are going to call the news. We are going to call. And then that's when you hear a bang.
Like a flashbang?
No, like a gun bang.
Motherfuckers.
And then you hear another bang. And then you hear another bang. And then you hear another bang.
Well, I'm just going to grab a shotgun after the first one and head up to the
You getting me a text like, do not come up here.
Oh, when I see Reggie grabbing the shotgun, I'm like, what are you doing? It's daytime. You're not going to take on the entire sheriff's department with a shotgun.
This one shoots fire.
They're not vampires.
You ever seen a human being on fire? They take it even worse than we do, trust me.
You get another text being the police are stepping in now.
A window will break. You will get hit by sunlight. You will die.
He says in a good way. The police are stepping in a good way.
Okay, good.
Did
anybody get shot?
He's texting frantically, like because he has like an iPhone, so you get that like little ... He's like, one is dead for sure. The others are injured.
Well, that's 2 stains. Get me a picture of whoever did the shooting.
He doesn't like using frowny face emojis. He's like, Reggie, now is not the time.
Then get his badge number.
He will get
or officer name.
He will get
whatever it takes.
You get a quick picture of the badge ID.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And he literally, you see like the way he took the camera. It looks like Salim's clinging to the ceiling.
Okay. I'm going to, because I have security footage upstairs, actual cameras.
Yeah.
So I'm going to upload the security footage to KTLA 23 News.
Okay.
With the headline, most deadly sheriffs in the world fire onto office building because their search warrant is invalid.
Okay. Well, Saul
And I'm
doesn't-
not sending it to Bakersfield. I'm sending it straight to Los Angeles.
You sending it to straight to Los Angeles? Okay.
Yeah, they hate Bakersfield as much as we hate them. So,
You immediately, Salim texts you, they're heading downstairs. Or the two sheriffs that are making the rounds are rushing downstairs.
Oh, we can kill 2 people.
I don't want to kill anybody. That'll give them justification to come back. I will put the shotgun back, lock that door, cover it up with a whiteboard
Okay.
so it looks like it's not there on glance, and then meet them at the stairs with the firing file.
Okay. You get another frantic text saying they're heading to the security room. The Bakersfield PD.
BPD is heading to the security room?
Yeah, BPD are heading to the security room.
Oh, because the justification is, we need the footage of the shooting that just happened.
Well, I already uploaded a copy of that footage,
Yeah.
so I'll upload another copy, and then I'll make a copy of the footage for the BPD.
Okay.
That way I can meet them in the security
Dan,
room.
You will not
Yeah.
have enough time to upload. You will not have so you can only do one thing: either meet the guys at the stairs, or you can make a copy.
No, I'll meet them in the security room since they're coming to the security room.
Okay. So you're gonna go upstairs, or you could possibly be exposed to.
No.
sunlight.
Okay, I thought they were coming down to like my room
No.
in the basement.
No.
Well, like I said, we already have copies of the footage down here, so I don't need to worry about whatever they do up there. And there's no cameras
Okay.
down here, so
All right.
since this is like storage and repair stations.
Yeah. Salim updates you. They're in the security room.
Okay.
He texts you a photo
Mhm.
of a guy that looks very sickly. He's wearing a he's like full on Derek in high school mode.
Oh God.
Really gothy, jumper pants, chains,
Yeah.
beyond the pale. Looks sickly. And he is escorted into the security room.
That guy is he was he shot?
No.
Okay.
I
looks
bet
like-
we just figured out who has control over the police.
And
Okay.
he is you're getting like picture snapshots every 3 seconds.
Do I recognize that guy? Have I ever
No,
seen him before?
You've never seen
He's-
this guy before.
Have
Okay.
I? No, I'm not there, actually.
Yeah. You're getting literally you're getting a text every 3 seconds because he is just taking snapshots
Yeah. Of everybody.
of everybody. And he goes into the room and then he sends you a link
Okay.
to click on it.
Salim does?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a live stream.
Okay.
And then he points the camera and he zooms in and it looks like the 2 police officers are basically push this guy into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then another officer brings a laptop and sets it in front of him. And then they pull out a weird looking gun and point it at his head. And they start shouting at him. And then the guy raises his hand, starts yelling back, freaking out. You can't really hear because it's a little distorted with the live stream quality and where Salim's kind of hiding.
How weird looking is this gun?
It's
Like
not something that you'd recognize as like a legal firearm or something that's been in cycle for the last 7 or 8 years as far as a standard issue firearm.
Well, is it like an archaic gun or is it like a science fiction gun?
Science fiction gun.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
And he is like just raising his hands, screaming. Like, the one thing you could kind of make out is like, don't I do enough for you? I didn't ask for this. That's what you could get from like the shouting back and forth. And then the cops are like, you're ours. You belong to us. We tell you how we tell you to jump, you say how high. You fucking blank body.
Oh man, that's interesting.
But this guy's out in the daylight.
Yeah. And you can't possess in the daylight.
Thin blood?
So he starts hooking up into your security system and starts doing computery type stuff.
I'm going to disconnect my downstairs computers from the network.
Okay. And then there's a
Then the
moment
cop-
where the he pans over all the way across to the front office area, and you see this figure, not dressed up as a sheriff's department, not dressed up as a BBD. It's a very feminine looking person, except they're all wrapped up. And then you see the person kind of there. It's a woman, but she was like having her whole entire like face covered, and like she pulls off her hood and she takes off this like scarf, and she is just like burnt. Her whole side of her fucking face is just burnt to like.
Oh, that bitch.
And she just pulls out one of those like cigarettos out of like a case, and then she just she like lights it and starts smoking, and she is just looks so fucking angry. She is so fucking angry because her whole entire like left side of her face is just like scarred, and she's just smoking. And then you see like two sheriffs like kind of whisper something in her ear. And then you see the hunter walk in with her. And he is just like yelling at her, being like, and you can't really hear anything because it's all live streamed, and they're just yelling at each other. And she just puts out the cigarette or the cigaretto on his forehead. And he just like falls to the ground, and then he pulls out a very familiar gun that you've seen.
The one the sheriffs had?
No. You've seen this gun because Tony idolizes this gun. It's the same gun that Tony likes, that he has. It's not a Luger. It's crap. What is it? It's some Nazi gun.
Okay.
It's the same gun that
Tony
has. And he points at her, and then she like just dead-eyed, just deadpan, just looks at it, and then he just kind of goes like, he kind of just brushes it off, wipes his forehead, and like holsters the gun. And then you see this other guy that you kind of are familiar with. And it's this gumshoe, or not gumshoe. He's a PI, or not PI. He is a guy that you might recognize when you were doing accounting. It was basically somebody on Locke's payroll.
Okay. So that's not surprising, then.
Yeah. And
maybe it's time to just go through Locke's whole payroll.
As you're thinking about it.
Just kill all of them. That's one at a time.
And then he is like yelling at both the guy that's on the ground with the cigarro burn on his forehead, and yelling at the lady that's half burnt. And then he is just like, he just covers his head like how much of this embarrassment this is. And then he looks up, and then the live footage stops. Like, he looks directly up towards where
Salim is.
Where Salim was.
Man. That's not a good thing.
And the text stops. The live stream stops.
Well, time to destroy that phone.
So, and then you hear a knock
at the
knock,
door at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
I'll go up there with the file and I'll open the door.
Sheriffs. Put your hands
Yes,
above
I'm
your
aware.
head.
No. Here's the file on the firing. Any more information you can ask for the legal department.
They kind of chuckle. They're like, look, pal, I don't know if you're just stupid or you're just scared out of your mind and you don't really know what's going on here. But one of them just grabs the paperwork and just throws it in your face. And he's like,
I don't know if you guys are stupid, but that's a security camera, and we've already routed the feed to KTLA 23.
They both
You're being watched by all of Los Angeles right now.
They look at each other. You see one of them point his his shotgun, shoots the camera, and you guys hear that because the door is now open. You guys hear the shotgun blast from downstairs.
Oh, so they're just not giving any fucks.
Your gains are up again.
Darn it.
Sorry. And then they point the shotgun to your head. Do we have a fucking problem? And then you hear like their mic or their radio go off. It's like, no more shooting. I repeat, no more shooting. And he's like, I don't like your fucking attitude, mister.
Para, while this is going on, I tap Perry on the shoulder, and I just kind of point to the staircase to go down, like the part where you can just hide around the corner. And then
there's literally a whiteboard blocking the door out of where you guys are at right now.
Yeah, there's a whiteboard.
Well, I heard the gunshot. I'm just gonna say just in case.
And then he's like, I don't fucking like your attitude. Get on your fucking knees. I said get on your fucking knees or I'm gonna fucking make you get on your knees, boy.
Alright, I'll get on my knees, hands above my head.
And then
But I'm gonna look at his badge number and his name too as I go down on my knees. Okay. Both of them.
And he with the gun still, because the tip of the gun's kind of searing hot, he just says, open up, motherfucker. And he just makes you put the fucking shotgun in your mouth.
No.
Now, normally, a normal person would be crying their fucking eyes out. So, Dan, are you going to react as cold as you are, or are you going to fake being scared out of your mind?
I'm going to fake being scared out of my mind.
Okay. Because at this point, I know what your character's thinking. You're like, I want to... In fact, give me a fucking frenzy roll. Because your hunger is up. You hear the beast going... You hear the beast going, oh, they just fucked with the wrong fucking... They tell you to get on your knees?
Yeah.
On your knees? Do you understand our legacy? Do you understand?
Wait, hold on.
Our pride. Do they not understand? They just fucked with the wrong venture.
So, you got two. That's fine. So you don't have to fucking hunger frenzy on them. So what do you do?
I pretend to be a normal ass person.
Okay, so
Scared out of my mind.
give me-
Oh lordy, please! Oh lordy,
So-
please!
So give me a manipulation
Performance.
It's not. That's totally. That's what the beast sounds like. That's what the
It
beast
sounds like a man using a voice modulator.
Yes. Okay. You know what?
Yeah, it did. Who knew? Who knew?
Wow, you're really good at, and since you have blush of health, you can do the whole crying. You could turn on the wet works.
Well, Mask of 1,000 too, so they
Yeah.
see what they expect.
Yeah. Well, no, Mask of 1,000 is just your plain non-generic. You're just super.
No,
generic.
they see they yes, but they view you as they would expect, as a person they would expect to see.
Yes. So.
So like it plays into their expectations.
Yeah.
Mask
So.
of 1,000.
So you. Basically say, "Oh my God, don't go ahead, roleplay it."
Don't kill me. I just work here. I'm just doing what legal told me.
Uh-huh. We fucking run this town. Okay? You don't be talking like you know what's been going on. KT whatever, I don't give a fuck. How we turn this shit off.
How you turn what shit off?
Pulls the shotgun, racks it, and he's like, how we turn off this fucking live stream that you've been talking about?
Was that shotgun not loaded the entire time that was happening?
He just chucks it for intimidation factor.
You have to go through the security room and shut down the feed.
Well, I can't go into the fucking security room because the BPD are there.
Well, we're off camera, so I mean, you can, I guess, turn off each camera as you go. Just pull the power cord. It's just me and these two, right?
Yeah.
I can show you where they are.
All right, get up.
I'm gonna.
Remember, Dan, you only have 5
I
dice.
I know, and I shouldn't do what I'm gonna do. Is one of these the guy that shot?
No, but this guy. I mean, they're all tainted, Dan. They're all.
I'm so pissed and I'm so hungry right now.
You're so pissed and so hungry.
So I'm gonna lead him to the secure room.
Okay.
So down the stairs?
Yeah. So they go down. They're like, whoa. And because I mean, you have it furnished down here, so they're like kind of impressed because there's like a jukebox and a pool table, and they're like, they weren't expecting this. They were like,
This is the private lounge for VIPs.
So does this happen while Perry and I are still moving stuff?
Yeah, we're still moving shit.
So is all this stuff out of everything except the secure room?
Yeah. They're they look at they're dumb. They're Bakersfield Sheriff. They're deputies. So they don't look at all the whiteboards. They just think that's like some team building stuff.
I also wiped off everything that would have looked incriminating.
Exactly. So they're not.
Go team.
As they go down the stairs, I kind of gesture to Perry and point inside the safe room. Like, let's get in the safe room. Because that way, then we could break. Like, we could stop them if they go in.
Okay. And so, where are you leading them, Dan? One has a shotgun pointed at you. The other one's just kind of walking along with his hand. Like, sheriffs, they just hold their, to their sides and, just holding their gun. Because they got that trigger finger. They got to always be.
So I'll lead him. I'm just going to lead him down into the soundproof area.
Mm-hmm.
So I can open a door, close the door behind me so there's no more sound.
Okay.
Reach up and disconnect the camera so it's not on live stream.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn to the one with the shotgun. I'm going to say, get on your knees and wait.
All right. So
dominate.
Okay. Do you have to make a rouse check?
No, because it's the level 1. Which I just hit rouse anyway, but I'm good.
Okay.
Then I have to actually roll it, which is
Whatever your humanity is.
it's gonna be
So
5
it's
dice.
gonna be 5 dice. So take your total minus whatever you need to minus. But you still get the benefit of all your blood potency and all that stuff.
Okay.
So you can re-roll rouses and all that stuff. By the way, it is not pleasant being up.
And these guys don't count as normal people.
You can roll
That
this.
rolled way more dice
Yeah.
than I wanted
Yeah,
to.
minus. Modify. You're gonna hit minus.
I didn't hit minus. I just okay. So it did because it just put me total value instead of modifiers.
Oh, okay.
So what's my charisma? So I should be 5 dice this time.
But look at the bright side, Evan. You're
There's
not
8
the
million
one.
successes there.
I'm not the one who fucked up and had to murder 2 sheriff's deputies this time.
I don't have to murder them,
But you're gonna.
but I'm gonna.
to be fair, I did not murder one of them. I just forced him to answer so many questions he killed himself.
So they're human. Technically, Dan, you
Yeah.
don't even.
I don't have to roll.
They know. You have to roll for them. I forgot. They get a resist roll. Sorry. Hold on. You just reminded me, Evan. You just reminded me. Oh, but they don't have that now anymore. Because Locke is no longer feeding them. So they get the resist roll, but they don't get the effects of their power. So they just get a straight up resist. So what's the resistance for compel, intelligence, resolve? Oh god, these guys are bad. I mean, they basically get the minimum. In fact, no, I'm gonna minus one of them because they're below composure because they're fucking evil. So they got 2. Yeah, they got 2, Dan. But you still beat it.
I'll willpower reroll 3 of my failures.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go. Okay. So the guy, it's weird because as a human, they're supposed to do what you tell them.
Yeah.
But you feel like there's a barrier there. It's not as strong as, and this is just probably you going, Cooper sucks at dominate. There's still something there, but it's not as powerful as he described it.
Okay.
And that guy gets on his knees, or to wait there. Or what did you tell him to do? Just wait there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get on your knees and wait.
He gets on his knees and waits, and he's like, and the other dude's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like,
I'm gonna activate my fortitude, and then I'm gonna I don't get that 5th hunger.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna grapple the other guy
Okay.
in his surprise and go for the embrace.
You're gonna embrace him?
Well, I'm gonna give him the kiss. I'm
Oh,
gonna
wait.
drink from his bitch
Yeah,
ass.
like, okay. Well, you
This
get
is my new childer.
Fuck no.
Game-
Screw this guy.
dice
No.
game,
Yeah.
or your gains up again, Evan.
Oh, God.
That's what you get for buying a $50 headset. Just saying, you could just get a Corsair headset like Dan. We're not sponsored by Corsair, but Corsair, if you're out there,
Son of a mother, let's go.
sup. Sup.
Apple
Just not
headphones.
rolling well. So
So you get 2. Well, he's surprised. So it's difficulty 1s.
okay. So yeah, I'll grapple and immediately go into the kiss.
Yeah. So the guy that you will, does it break obfuscate when you do it?
I don't think it breaks Mask of 1,000.
No, I don't think it does either. Yeah, you're right.
I don't think Mask breaks.
I don't think mask breaks either. So, let's just double check and see. Mask of 1,000. No test required. Blah, 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 blah. Nope. But all it takes is Auspex 1 to pierce through it, which is kind of lame. And it lasts for a scene. So, you basically get the surprise. So
Yep.
he doesn't have enough time to draw his gun to even shoot. So, but you're in a soundproof room anyways. You bite into him. He does fit your criteria, although your beast is kind of like, this is not vampire blood.
Doesn't have to be vampire. Just has to not be a normal human being. But I know. I definitely would have preferred, I would definitely prefer whoever's in charge of these guys.
Yeah, and you
Someday I'll get there.
So
Someday
you
I'll
will
get there.
take a Bane severity for.
No. My Bane severity is for
Bullies.
bullies.
Yeah, but you're.
I have to spend a willpower for the prey exclusion.
But you don't have to break the prey. But like I said, your feeding habit is like.
Yeah.
And you feed, and I mean, it tastes like human blood. It doesn't taste like.
I'm gonna drain this guy dry if the other guy doesn't get out of obfuscate.
I mean, it
doesn't break out of dominate. Yeah.
No, he doesn't break out of dominate.
Yeah. So I'm gonna drain this guy dead. So I'm at 0 hunger.
Okay. So we'll deal with that in a moment.
And
then
the
other guy's just there in terror because he just okay. So you guys here.
I'm gonna. Nothing. It's soundproof.
Oh yeah, it's soundproof. So Dan went into the room where you guys would normally hold like more sensitive, like where the crate was at, where the cash was at, and he just closes it, and it's just eerily quiet.
Okay, so we poke our heads out of the safe room.
I'm gonna look at this guy, and I'm gonna go as I grab the shotgun off the floor he dropped. I'm gonna give you a choice. You see your partner's pistol? You can grab that, shoot him, then shoot yourself in the head. And what happens is, I won't recruit your daughter to work in my sex club, or your wife, or your best friend's daughter. Or you can make me kill you. But widows and little girls with daddy issues, man, they love the sex trade. Love it. Love it. So go ahead, make your choice.
Oh, he's like dead on, deadpan. Like, we gonna do it down here, or you want me to take it upstairs?
Down here is fine.
Grabs it, shoots it in the head. Like, almost like the word that you mentioned, family. He immediately
triggered it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll just add that third stain.
Yeah, you are definitely going.
Well, I took 2 because they shot at they hurt my touchstones.
Yeah.
So
you're falling pretty fast right now.
So I come out and I'm like, damn it! I really thought it'd be clever to hide it here. Like they were gonna open it, we were gonna jump out.
Yeah. Oh no, Reggie comes out and there are 2 dead bodies.
Perfect.
And, there's a little bit blood splatter on his face or on his clothes because he just shot in close proximity.
We should get the rest of this stuff and go.
It was a goddamn tragedy in that room. I'm going to dump the bodies in the sewer, too, and, clean up the room.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do they have body cams?
No. God, no.
Okay.
God, no.
Yeah.
The Bakersfield PD have body cams.
Here's the thing, because I didn't actually live stream. I just submitted the initial footage.
Uh-huh.
So I am gonna go. Actually, no. There's no fucking footage of them after they blew out the camera.
Yeah.
So.
You could just take the footage of them up until they blow out the camera. Then blowing out the camera looks really fucking suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'll send that back to KTLA too. Except no, I can't because I disconnected from the network when they accessed everything upstairs. So it's up to BPD what they want to do about that.
Yeah, it's basically
these 2 bodies are going down into the sewers where they're never going to be found.
So BPD's got that rando dude that they brought in, but he's not in charge.
Called a blank body,
which is vampire, right?
Blank body.
Not necessarily. That's the term vampires use when they possess.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So,
but you can't. They change possession. It straight up does not work during the day.
So you get a call, or Cooper, you get a phone call.
Mhm.
From
Yeah,
an
what's up?
From an unknown number.
Okay, I answer it. Hello?
Am I speaking to a resident of the Kern County Court?
Who's asking?
Somebody who has a vested interest in keeping all of this from going sideways.
Let's say yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
What?
I have a bunch of pissed off sheriffs up here. I saw an Arab ninja run off.
Oh, good. Salim got away.
And some crazy lady with half her face missing.
Do I recognize this person or no?
You're like, wait a minute, why is this guy sound so fucking familiar?
Is it a guy or a girl?
It's a guy.
It's not Wyatt, right?
No.
Is
But-
it another private
No,
detective,
no,
maybe?
it's somebody you're like, wait a minute, I think I know this guy when I used to be alive. This guy works for like the internal affairs at Bakersfield PD. He's like a real
Oh, I bet that would have been a contact I would have had.
yeah.
What do you propose?
Well, I have a Looney Tune up here who has coerced the sheriffs into trying to find something that I know they shouldn't be digging around in. And I don't care because I don't want to go back to the shithole job I used to have. And I'm fine being autonomous for the most part. All I want to know is why all the brouhaha just up and left.
That felt like a string of completely disconnected sentences that I just got. You see Cooper just be like, "What the fuck?"
Why are the brouhaha here? And he doesn't even say brouhaha, right? He says like bruja.
I think you and I should have a conversation face to face.
Well,
That would be a bad idea.
are you
Not right now.
are you alive or dead?
Yes.
Let's keep it interesting.
And then he goes, have we worked together before?
I think so.
And you see him kind of like, you hear like shuffling of like papers. Like he probably keeps notes the way you keep notes. And then he's like, let's just cut the chase. Why are all these sheriffs here? And why is this Looney Tunes here? I can't get them out unless I find something substantial for them to back off. They brought a fucking armored vehicle here and they've already shot at 4 people.
Define substantial. Like one unlicensed firearm.
Something that makes your guys's you got to give me something that is highly illegal.
Was there cash in that Sabat? Like physical cash
there's
in that
physical-
Sabat
Yeah,
thing?
there's physical cash, yes.
Is it?
No, we can't give him anything. Cooper, what are you doing?
No, Reggie,
Why
you see
should I-
him. You see him talking to somebody. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop you guys from not like talking to.
Why should I? Who are you to do anything for us?
Like I said, I had a shit job before, and I don't want to go back to it.
So you're auditioning for a new employer?
No, give me something so I can turn these guys away.
They're not gonna. They won't find anything.
Oh, they brought a fucking armored vehicle. They're gonna find something. They'll fucking blow this place up if they have to. And you know,
I can't do anything because Cooper's not sharing.
yeah.
Okay, I lower the phone. Okay, a contact that I knew when I was alive who used to work for internal affairs at BPD is trying. Look, Reggie, you just this is your business. I'll tell him I'm gonna hand you someone who has a better grasp of the situation. Give it to Reggie.
Am I speaking to someone who's alive or dead?
Yes.
Funny.
Not really. Not
I-
having a funny day.
I need something to get these clowns out of here.
All right, so the sheriff's department broke into a building unlawfully and shot up a bunch of people just doing their jobs.
Yeah, and
I mean, that's pretty illegal.
You're a bunch of vampires in a building. Who gives a shit?
That's just it. There aren't, like, the vampires. Did they find any vampires?
Oh,
That's where their problem comes in.
This Looney Tune thinks that he knows where the zombie master is.
Yeah, that guy was just on payroll doing finances. It was his whole job, bringing money to the court. We kind of had problems after one of the higher-ups disappeared.
Look, I don't want to go back to this fucking lifestyle. I just want there to be some civil discourse.
I'll tell you what we can do, though.
What?
Two of the sheriffs just murder-suicided downstairs. So, give me like 30 minutes and I can put those two in an attempted sexual... I can put one of those two in an attempted sexual assault and the other one stopped them and it turned into a, thing.
Okay.
That's highly illegal. I don't know if they'll like it.
They killed one of your vassals, by the way.
I know. They aren't actually vassals. They're just people who work here. They have nothing to do with any of this.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
I just want Nicholas.
What do you want Nicholas for?
Because he made my life hell.
Well, you'd probably enjoy that his life is hell right about now, so... I mean, if you want Bruja, I can tell you where the Bruja are staying.
Is that how you pronounce it? Bruja?
Yeah.
Are they a gang? South American?
Are any of the ones that left part of a South American gang?
He thinks the word Bruja is like...
Oh, yeah, South American witchcraft.
Yeah.
They're tied to the South American Bruja, but that's not like they're not all a gang. They're not all South American.
Okay. Where am I going to find these bodies, and how do I get them out?
Well, I can get the bodies out of here, no problem, if you can get everybody else to evacuate. If you want the Bruja, they're at the gravel pit. I'll give them the one in Taft with directions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have we met before? Your tone...
Did you used to get paid by Howard Locke?
I was paid by a Locke?
I used to run his finances.
Okay. Well, nice doing.
I'm sure we met before.
Nice doing business with you. And your
Nice.
I am gonna be collecting some things here, so just stay put. It won't be too much of that much of invasion of your privacy, just a little bit, but it's not like you're real people anyway. So take care. And he hangs up.
Here's your phone back.
I have no idea how he got this number.
Give me one
I
sec,
had to
guys.
guess.
Start role playing, and
So-
I will be right back.
I have to guess Salim dropped his phone. He did say Salim got away.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
So there's that. But
So he
probably
used to
dropped
work
his
for
phone.
Locke.
Yeah, Locke was using him to keep, cops on lockdown. Here, we got to move these bodies into the sewers.
We're gonna put them in the sewer.
Yeah,
I thought
that
you
one
said
still has blood in it if you guys are, hungry. The other one probably not. I was a little upset.
It happens.
Yeah, I'll take a sip before we throw them in the sewer. No point letting good blood go to waste.
Share?
Yeah, I only need 1 point. Also, I figured out why the mic kept changing. By default, it has like some ambient noise thing on it, so I turned that off.
Oh, there you go.
And there's a lightning storm right now, so I think I had no idea what to do.
Oh, that's a whole new thing for you. Lightning storms in summer.
They've been in Bakersfield before.
Like once every 5 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, yum, delicious, fun blood.
I just want to do it before he gets covered in gross sewer shit.
Yeah, and just shove them in there.
Well, I felt
Throw.
helpful today.
I did so much great work. Put stuff in a hole.
Reggie.
Yeah. Yes, Cooper.
All right.
Cooper looks like he's trying to phrase what he wants to say. Let me know if you want help going after the one who shot at your guys.
Oh, I'm going to go after all of them. One by one, we're going to have to hunt down the sheriffs.
Is there a way we can do that doesn't get us murdered by the Second Inquisition?
I mean,
That's
the
why
easy thing to do is to frame him and try to get the FBI to take him out for us. Because the thing is, we could get the Inquisition to come back and go after the demon worshippers if we could get a strong enough connection to the demon worshippers. And then we just have to keep our heads down again while they're in town. Again.
But the demon worshippers were created by the founding court.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the founding court.
Well, but the
Have you met
founding court could lead to us. That would be a big risk.
Yeah, like I said, we all have to lay low again when the Second Inquisition shows up again. It would be, but I mean, either way, you wind up with second. The other thing we could do is we could set it up like a gang war. I mean, we already have the most violent cops, in the world.
I'm cool going after them as long as we've got a plan and we're not just going on a individual murder mission.
Oh, Reggie looks like he doesn't even care at this point.
Oh, by the way, Para, Perry and I each take a blood from the body.
That
So
still
that
has
we're down
blood.
to 100.
Okay.
Also, apparently, if you start talking to them about their families, you can get them to off themselves pretty easy. So we might just have a giant rash of suicides. If I can figure out a way to mass go against whatever their
It wasn't like a trigger, Dan. It was more like they know the score. They were like, oh, they know what you were capable. That guy knew what you were capable of. So he wasn't gonna be like, "Oh, that's just a hollow threat. He can't turn my like loved ones into like
Okay.
sex slaves." He was like, "Oh no, I'm dealing with a monster. They can do that and some." It wasn't like a trigger. It was literally the guy going like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself because I love my family," hoping that you wouldn't still turn his family into sex slaves.
Which I wouldn't have anyway. It was an empty threat.
It wasn't.
I just really wanted that guy to feel bad.
So,
In the only way I could make him.
Perry, you get a text from Saul
Of course.
saying that he is at the Starbucks on Buck Owens. He stole the phone, or he took his SIM out and put it in another phone. But he did drop his phone, and so he doesn't know if anybody has it or if his contacts were listed there. But he did disguise it enough to where if anybody were to find it, it won't be as a risk. But he definitely apologizes that he didn't get, he goes on a long string of like, "I'm sorry, I failed you, I failed our house, I failed to like protect Rose, I failed to protect you, I failed to protect Varys, like I should just end my life now."
Stop.
I mean, there's still commotion upstairs, Dan.
It's fine.
Yeah.
They're still not.
Well, we'll
leaving.
clean up.
Yeah.
We'll clean up, evacuate through the sewers.
Okay.
I'll take that
Go to
burner
my-
phone that I got called on. I'm gonna write down that number that I was called from,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna break it, take out the SIM, flush the SIM card down the toilet.
Okay.
And then
I do let Reggie know about the phone thing, about Saul's phone.
Yeah. No. Everybody's gonna toss their phones. That's expected.
Rose.
No, I get bulk discounts.
see,
Flip phones.
While you guys were doing everything, Han Yoon was calming down Rose in the best way he could by just doing like, just hugging her and just holding her and just being like, just like stroke back and forth, just rocking back and forth. Don't worry, I'm an not ancient. I'm an old ass Nosferatu. I'll protect you. But he doesn't speak a fucking word of English. So where does these go, Dan? Because your background, your haven is still protected. Your guys' it's not compromised. It's just that it was threatened. And so how far does this go? As far as
the tunnels?
Yeah.
They exit into the actual sewers.
Okay. And I mean
whatever, because it runs. I mean, we're pretty close to downtown.
Yeah. But what's your contingent? What's the plan?
From here, well, I have my own small personal haven, which would normally be the contingent. We got to wait till nightfall anyway, so we would probably make our way. Everybody ditches their phones, their SIM cards, anything that could have tracking of any kind, just in case. And then move. For now, move it all.
You get a call, Dan.
The Rosedale somewhere safe. Yeah. Okay.
It's
before I ditch the phone.
Yeah, before you ditch the phone.
Okay.
And it's a voice that you weren't expecting.
Who is it?
Having a little bit of trouble, I see.
Who is it?
It's Locke.
I need his blood.
Locke.
Does he sound like Elvis?
What's your connection to all this?
I have no connection, and that's the problem. My order, my reign has been diminished. But I still sense things. I still connect things together. Like all of us. All Ventru. We see the lines. We see the machinations of man's social contract. Where are you at?
Sewers.
Where particular?
downtown sewers.
I want you to follow this exact path. And you'll be safe. I promise you.
So we'll follow the exact path.
Well,
So-
as we're following, I'm like, who are you talking to?
Locke.
I need his blood.
You what? And also, you trust him enough?
And then you see, Ivan's like, do we have much of a choice? I mean, we could wander down here, but eventually...
Don't you know? I look at Ivan. Don't you know the way? We could go
No.
literally anywhere else in the sewers.
No. They are doing maintenance down here.
Yeah, there's work being done in the
There's
sewers.
work being done in the sewers right now. We can
Well, we
literally end up in somebody's like break room.
We just have.
Or take a wrong junction and
Be exposed to the fucking sun.
sunlight.
Okay.
Unless you just want to sleep right here and wait for the mortals to find us.
Fine. I guess we're trapped between a rock and a hard place. Fine. Let's go with Locke.
So
I mean, I have a backup haven but it's not big enough for all of us. It's, a bolt hole.
yeah, you couldn't stuff everybody.
And the armory.
Yeah, in the armor.
It all, yeah.
So where do you go?
Because I think it's like a 1-point haven.
Yeah, the 1-point haven.
I'll follow
One-
Locke's directions.
So
It's literally a bolt hole.
Yeah.
It's in case I get compromised and need a place to stay.
So you go through some old tunnels, and it's not the Tahone, but it's part of the old library that runs underneath the post office. And you go to pretty modern furnishings and modern like plumbing and stuff, but you see a door that looks like an elevator door. And then you see it looks like to be some sort of scanner. And then you hear like this noise, like it's automated, and it like you hear like boop 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 boop, and it turns on, and then the elevator door opens. And it's really nice, golden lane. What are those, like those infinite mirror type elevators?
Yeah.
You see a giant American eagle on the bottom,
Oh boy, I wonder who this belongs to.
holding some iconography of Americana.
It's only touched undamaged. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like something Locke would do.
And then
He's been busy.
he
This was probably put in here when they first started rebuilding the sewers, or the last time they rebuilt the sewers, and he just had it updated. Like, this has probably been here the whole time.
Fair.
and Ivan's like, this is pretty swank. And this is just an elevator.
Locke likes to show off.
This is Locke? This is Locke stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the
I've only-
giant eagle?
I've only heard of
He
the
may
guy.
have well signed it.
I've only heard of the guy. I'm not from here.
Let me give you the brief summary. He's a horrible racist that founded a demon cult. So overall, a swell guy.
I mean, he started a bunch of courts and genocided a bunch of indigenous people, too.
That's what I've heard. That's the part I've heard. So, like, Han Yun is very apprehensive about going inside. He's, like, a little bit worried. But he's, like, holding on to Rose, as Rose is just...
Don't worry, Han Yun. You're technically Ventru, so Locke wouldn't touch you.
And then he's like, well, he'll step in first. And this is, like, a big-size elevator.
Yep.
This is, like,
Yeah.
it could transport multiple kindred.
Yeah.
Like he designed this to transport multiple kindred. So Han Yun and Rose step in. Do you guys follow suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming since Heather's not here, but she steps in as well. And then
I look at Reggie. He gonna have any problems with me because I'm ex-Sabat?
I don't even know if he'll be here. But probably not. Ex-Sabat ain't Sabat. I mean, he might have trouble with you because you're Lasombra, though. But he's prepared now. He's prepared. He won't just kill you. I think.
You know what's ironic? You make fun of my clan because we made a deal with Hell. You know, that would be for him. That would be the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the doors close. And
he didn't technically make a deal with the demon. He created a bunch of people and then ignored them.
Well,
And
he
they
got
made a deal
corrupted
with
somehow.
demons.
He got corrupted somehow.
Yeah, they captured him and wrote demon signs into his body.
You act when the elevator door closes, you hear like this hermetic, like this seal, like this.
It's airtight.
Yeah.
Is it going to suck out all the air?
Yep.
So no humans can come in here at
No humans
all?
could come in here at all.
Yeah.
And you feel it too. You all feel like this weird vacuum.
Oh, glad Salim got away.
Aren't we pressurized? Does this cause decompression?
And then
Cooper like tries talking, and then it's like, oh.
you can't talk. And then you hear like this like violin play, probably something very southern, probably from Virginia, as you descend up.
Down Georgia.
And then there's a brief second where you all freak out because you see the sun, but it hits the mirror, and nothing happens. As you see like this glowing symbol. And then you get to...
Is it the Ventru clan symbol? It's
Yes.
the Ventru clan symbol.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh man, we get bonus dice to resist frenzy, by the way, based on our humanity.
Mm-hmm. So you hear the door unseal itself, and then a compression, and then the doors open. And you are on the top of the Padre, looking out of all Bakersfield in this nice, stylish, secret penthouse that was built into the Padre.
Huh. So when I heard that rumor that the Padre was owned by a demon cult, it was correct.
And there's all sorts of lots of animal heads propped, lots of gold inlay, piano. Doesn't have anything that would be suitable for humans, but there is a rack of alcohol that is probably there for collection, not really consumption. Tons of pictures. It's almost exactly the same feeling that when you walk into Elysium. That just magnus opus of the Conqueror. And then you get a phone call again, Reggie.
I don't have a phone. So are they calling the room?
Yeah, the room.
Okay. So I'll answer the phone.
Are you safe?
Yeah, we're safe. Thank you.
My pleasure. Rest well. You're safe. He hangs up.
Well, I need a nap.
So there's this, like... And yeah, I think I might end it on that. Just you guys are in this private haven that is, it looks like it's Locke's haven. It looks like it's been maintained. So obviously somebody has access to this place because it doesn't look like there's any cobwebs or any, it looks like it's not been lived in because nothing could live in here. But it looks like someone has maintained this haven because it, like I said, it's like the floors are still shiny. Everything has been dusted. Everything looks like the newspaper is current. It just looks like somebody just maintains this.
Cooper will kind of take a look at all the pictures real quick before he goes to sleep.
Just to kind of catch up, Heather. Went through the sewers. Reggie got a strange call. Said it was Locke. You said you wanted his blood. Cooper freaked out. You go through a series of ruins that looks like it's either a library or a post office. You're not really sure. It looked exactly like the same type of ruins that were underneath the Bank of America. Like he kept on saying, like, people just built shit on top of the ruins. And then you get to this really fancy elevator with, like, those infinite mirrors, and it has like a golden inlay eagle on the floor, and it's like marble, and it's really nice and fancy. And you obviously all take the elevator up, and you're in this fancy penthouse haven on top of the Padre. And then Reggie, the phone, like the haven phone rings. He picks it up, and then he just hangs up, and then he just goes and finds a place to fucking plop and go to bed. And Cooper is still just kind of looking around. Rose immediately just falls into torpor, goes to sleep. Anyun finds a place for her to, like, kind of be laid down. Ivan immediately drops just flat on his face, just wherever he can fucking just make sure he doesn't get hit by sunlight. In fact, he takes, like, some of the, like, there's, like, bear skins and, like, tiger skins, and he just, like, covers himself in it, and then just zonks out. So, since everybody, for the most of you, got either an exceptional or, critical.
I think Perry and I both got exceptional successes.
So you can stay up as long as you want. You don't feel the effects of your, how bad it is. In fact, you can just stay up the whole entire time and not feel the effects.
Cooper takes out his notepad and then writes something down, and then tears off a piece of paper and then hands it to Perry. And it says, "This room is probably bugged, so don't say anything out loud. Why do you want Locke's blood?"
I'll just write back. Fuck. I want his blood to give, I'm going to say my client, so we can get information on demons. I'm going to give it back.
Just write down client question mark.
And then I'll make a joke and write back, he who shall not be named.
Cooper shrugs. Fair enough. Puts it in his pocket. I do want to look at the pictures. Is it kind of like the same pictures that were at that mansion?
Yeah, but there's a lot more. There, it looks like there is. You know how every outstanding kindred has a servant, right?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with having servants.
Yeah, but you can totally tell somebody's been documenting his life, because the way the photos are taken, it's like somebody has been with Locke this entire time.
How early did they start? Like the invention of the camera?
Yeah, like the invention of the camera.
Wow.
And then there are some intimate pictures. You see a picture of that Arthur guy, and Locke in like full military uniform, and they're posing. You see a
What kind of military uniform?
Confederate Union.
Wait, like one of them's Confederate, one of them's Union, or they're Confederate?
They're both Confederates, but Locke eventually went to the Union.
Okay.
You see a very, very embarrassing photo of Archibald.
The
Where-
embarrassing photo of Archibald from the Christmas party.
You pulled a string.
Of basically him trying to get on a horse for the first time and not doing so hot. And then you see this man also dressed up in Union outfit that is you've never seen before. I mean, it's all black and white, so you can't get it. He's Caucasian. But it looks like the person that is in these photos. There are some photos that are just with Amelia and this individual.
When does he stop showing up in the photos?
He stopped showing up in the photos somewhere in like the early 1900s.
Huh. Like when he's with Amelia, is it like does it look romantic? Like when he has his arm around her?
Yeah, very romantic.
Interesting.
So what are you doing, Perry?
Just taking in what the hell's going on.
You
Just
see obsidian.
what?
You see obsidian daggers.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna go look at those.
You see they're like these arrowheads, and he has this whole rack of, or it's kind of like in a display case of all these indigenous weapons, and that's obsidian. You know, you're like, that's obsidian. I need that.
Yeah. Oh, and up and oh.
It's in a glass
Need that.
case. It's nicely lit.
Do I notice Perry make like a beeline towards the daggers?
Yeah.
Why so interested, Perry?
Pretty. They're pretty. I just stared at him like, I want him. I need him. Like trying to just like look at him like.
That would have been a better lie if you were a Toreador.
I'm a girl, and they're pretty shiny things.
But I don't believe in stereotypes, and you've never acted like that before.
What are you talking about? She dresses up like a club girl like every night when she goes out.
Yeah, but she's never just been like, ooh, shiny.
I don't know. No one else fucking knows that. Come on.
So Cooper takes out his notepad again, and then just write down like, "What's up?"
Friends, I need these demon stuff.
Why these specifically?
I'll write down obsidian.
Any obsidian?
Yeah. It's like obsidian from how would I word it?
From the land?
Yeah.
From the local land?
Obsidian from this area. Locally. Here.
When Cooper reads that, so do they have any markings on them? The knives?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go over to the notes between Laura and Donna Maria. And does this look like these were from the tribe?
I mean, there's like a ton of shit here. You can put two and two together. It wouldn't be, because that would if they had evidence that they genocide a whole clan's worth of artifact, he would have disposed them. This is like local natives, like the Yokits and all the. He wouldn't leave. Well, you don't know.
Wait, God damn it.
I mean, he is a trophy collector, so he would have kept something just based on the personality that you the profile case that you built. He would have kept something, but not something that the Camarilla could find out and use against him later on. So this lavish display, which is where Kindred are supposed to be here,
Yeah,
he wouldn't
it's
have
all harmless stuff.
Yeah, it's all harmless stuff.
Damn it.
So
I just write
but
down.
you know he's the type of obsessive compulsive where he needs to. He would have had something.
I just write down though. None of these are from the Kern River Valley.
But it's from the land.
Yeah. Land. From the land.
Is it that vague? I mean, like, I write down, I guess take one if you want. I'm not quite sure how vague it works.
I mean, it's in a nice glass case.
And that nice glass case can meet my Potent's two fist if we really want the dagger. I mean, I'm assuming Perry could also break it, so I just say it's up to you. And then Cooper kind of walks back over to the photos.
Is there a way to take the dagger without just breaking it open?
Well, you don't.
Is it
You do see like a key where it looks like you can. If you have the key, you can open up the the encasing, but you would have to have the key.
Can I pick the lock?
Yes, you can if you have Dex Larceny.
Let me see.
Are you trained in lockpicking?
No. I'm not.
You're not, so you have no idea what to do. You're like, I've seen this in movies, but
I got streetwise.
No,
I'm smart.
Not gonna be good
know.
enough.
Shit. Okay. Poop.
So you could just smash it.
So I'll smash it.
So you just go. So you hear that, Cooper, as she just smashes the case.
Cooper kind of smirks a little bit because he kind of wanted to do something to ruin the haven just a little bit. And then he just kind of goes back to looking at the photos.
Okay. Well,
and then once he's done, he's gonna go to sleep because I'm sure he's exhausted.
You're not. You got an exceptional success. You're fine. You just only have your dice pool equal to your. So you can stay up all until.
I mean, he can, but that doesn't mean he's not tired.
Yeah.
There's just. He's not going to sit there and ruminate on Bakersfield for 6 hours until it gets dark.
So, just to kind of speed things along and end the session, the night comes. You all wake up. Including you, Dan. You have a full, basically, emails and missed calls and all sorts of what have yous and whatnots. Same thing with you, Perry. A lot from Salim. Salim trying to get a hold of you and Rose. And then, basically, unfortunately, Dan, nothing hits the news. The only thing that is found is that there was evidence of a sexual, exactly the way you described it, a sexual assault. By the sheriffs, murder suicide. They were going to be prosecuted, and exactly the way you said it was going to.
Awesome.
but your haven is not in the news, or the Coteries Haven not in the news. The sheriffs are not there anymore. Although, I mean, your people are your people, so they would advise you not to come back for a minute.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to expand. We'll move havens. It's a smart thing to do.
When we're not in Loxhaven, I'm gonna say, how did they find out about
That's
where
a
your
good
haven
question.
When you're not in Loxhaven, funny.
is? Yes, I'm not. I firmly believe that the entire thing is bugged. I'm not gonna say anything in there that means anything.
One person did die. But
How do they explain that?
So,
Part of the sexual assault. That was sexual assault, attempted cover up.
Yeah, attempted cover up, sexual assault. You were given $100,000 in hush money.
Which, fuck those people.
But I mean, your people are scared out of their minds. The site manager is basically letting everybody just get full week's pay, but they don't have to return. That your cleaning crew comes in and they will basically dispose of everything that you don't mark as that you don't want to dispose. But I mean, this is protocol, man. This is like Second Inquisition shit that you've been planning for.
Yeah.
All while you're in Loxhaven.
Yeah.
This is not, and you're like, you've put two and two together. This is not like some, like thing that he would invite people to. This is like his haven. This would have been his personal haven that he has like kept out of the court's information for years and years and years and years. Even when
Makes it fun.
Even when this place was an abandoned piece of shit, just hotel that he probably had this here this entire time.
Which is funny that he stayed in, like, the tiny little place I gave him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of coming here.
Yeah. Instead of coming here.
He is really self-defeatist.
Well, after we leave, I tell Reggie, "Hey,
do you leave?"
Harry told me about the obsidian to go after the demon. I don't know how broadly that from the land thing means. But if it's really specific, I'm sure Locke has some sort of trophy he took from that tribe. If we really think that that's the key, he probably has it.
Well, it'll either be here or at Elysium.
If it's here, it's behind a wall or something. It's not on display.
You hear the elevator open,
and
you see a woman step in. As she's wearing some sort of mask, with obviously some oxygen tank, and she looks very distraught by what she's seen, and then she takes off the mask and she pulls out a gun. And
do I recognize her?
No.
Locke told us to come here.
Oh wait, also I wouldn't have said that until like what I just told Reggie. I wouldn't have told him that until after we left.
Okay. Well, you haven't told him that yet. So she's like, she drops to her knees and she starts to cry.
I'll hug her.
He's alive. She's like middle-aged.
Well, she looks middle-aged.
Yeah, she looks middle-aged. He's alive.
Yeah.
Oh, thank the heavens. God bless that man. I thought nobody would ever come here. I'm sorry. Who are you?
I go by Reggie.
Name's Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah.
Something's wrong in New York City. 1,000 miles away.
Sorry.
And she
It's okay.
she gets up, she's like, Can I see him?
That'll be up to him. I'm sure he'll come here when he's ready.
Oh, if he wasn't here, then he ain't coming back. There's something wrong with him, isn't there?
I'm not sure.
No.
But he messed up, and it's really shaking him.
What about his friends? She points at all the photos. Where they've been up to. I know your kind tends to live forever if you play your cards right.
Well, there's a real evil in this town. We're trying to fight it.
Oh, I know. I've seen it. I grew up with it. You know, I've changed in many ways. And she kind of pats herself, and she kind of adjusts her, blouse, and he's like, I'm definitely no progressive. I do donate to the Abernathys, and I'm a staunch Women of Kern Republican. But
Cooper's just in the background, just rolling his eyes.
But there's a hate in his heart, and I think it's just because your kind just develops a pervertedness of evil in all of you. And it warps your sense of right and wrong. Now, I still don't trust the Mexicans, but but I
You people just attract each other.
They really do.
But that is to say, Consuela does a fantastic job cleaning my home. So, I guess.
So Locke's maid hired a maid.
She doesn't look like a maid. She looks actually like a pretty well dressed,
This is a high class retainer if he's letting her into his personal haven.
Yeah. But yet she is not corrupted. There's no sign of this corruption.
Well, she's actually
Yeah.
my guess is she's actually a ghoul, so she never had to turn to demon worship for
power.
Powers. Yeah.
So she's like, so are you staying? Is there something I can help you with?
We won't be staying for too long. Like I said, there's an evil in this city, and we may be the only ones who can actually stop it.
Oh, that Thomas, he said the same thing.
Thomas?
Yeah, he points at the...
Yeah, and then he went and disappeared. We're kind of on his trail.
I point at the guy who's in the photos with the... Is she pointing at the guy who's in the photos with Amelia?
Yeah.
Thomas as in Wyatt's. So Thomas is the name of Wyatt's sire, right?
Yes.
Bing.
Cooper will remember that.
Cooper will remember that.
Huh. Okay, thank you.
He sure will miss his friends. Thick as thieves, a lot of them.
Any photos of him?
Oh, they're all. That's what she's talking about.
Yeah, she's talking about the founding
Oh,
court,
the
the
court.
coterie.
Yeah, his group.
I point at the photo of him and Amelia. These two look like they were close.
Oh, yeah. He was really sweet on her. I didn't think your kind did the, fornicating.
We don't so much, but every now and again you get a, more than mutual respect kind of relationship.
Oh, I can tell you're sweet on someone. Not so much you. He points at you, Cooper. No, I just see bleakness, despair.
Wow.
Just another tortured soul.
So you're a fortune teller.
Oh, no, I have the sight.
Oh, he taught you aspects. Oh, that's much less interesting.
You're just another misspent youth. So have fun, I guess. If you're allowed to have fun. Are your kind allowed to have fun?
We can do whatever we want.
Sometimes.
Well,
Usually there's too much work.
I got 2 different answers.
I have lots of fun.
I mean, I'm not wrong. We can do whatever we want. We just also have some consequences from that.
Oh,
There is no fun, only Zool.
the Asians in here. No,
Oh my god.
she just looks at, and you see Hanyu just looks at, utter, fucking disgust. Yeah, he's been here. Do you understand his nonsense?
Yeah, okay. I think it's about time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a real pleasure.
Bye.
I'll tell Locke to try to get in contact with you. I don't know if he will.
When we get on the elevator, I'm like, oh, by the way, your master's genocide trophies need some tidying.
She's like, what? And then the doors close.
There's-
Yeah.
I don't feel bad at all.
When we get down to the bottom and the doors open up, it's like, man, Locke just attracts the worst people.
It's like he handpicks them out of their.
But it's not even just like yeah, he found a whole bunch of racist people, but he also like inadvertently made a demon cult and like intentionally or not, just the worst people surround Howard Locke.
Well, maybe the worst.
It's intentional.
Well, the demon cult not as much, but everyone else.
Well, but he specifically chose.
The kind of people that would make a demon cult. Fair.
Yep.
As soon as we get access to a phone, or like Cooper gets like another burner phone,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call down that number I wrote down from the internal affairs guy.
Mm-hmm. You gonna call it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Is it the same voice?
Mm-hmm. Detective Ryans.
Was that his name?
Yeah. Aaron Ryans.
Aaron. It's your friend from back in the day.
I have lots of friends from back in the day.
Happen to remember a private detective who may have come to you on occasion?
I work with a lot of PIs, but there's not that many in Bakersfield. I mean, there's Smith and Rogers. There's that one guy.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't really work cases. I just do internal affairs. But if you got this number, that means that this is a special phone, which means this is a special phone number, which means I'm not talking to a normal person. I'm talking to a special person. And I don't like
Yep.
talking to special people. So who am I talking to?
You called me earlier.
Oh, then you're not the person who I want to talk to. Put me on to somebody who I want to actually talk to.
I can offer you help.
I don't need help.
Really? You really think you're going to take on the Bruja all by yourself?
I will ask the person I want to talk to not to hang up and give the phone back to you.
What?
Just give me to the person I want to speak to, the one who owns that establishment that the sheriffs just tried to raid. Put him on now. You work in cells, don't you? You're all hanging upside down in the same cave, I'm assuming.
No. I'm alone right now.
Oh. Well then, how do I get in contact with... He files some names. And he gives like a really dumb name. Something obviously referencing some sort of bad comic book. Like Peter Parker. Like...
God, Cooper's just thinking, oh my god, how did you not get caught already? Look, I didn't really call you for an update. I called you in case you wanted to hire someone to help you with your little Bruja shtick. Because I don't think you know what you're doing.
Are a blood sucker. Or
Yeah.
you're some... Oh, okay. No, I was just making sure. Just going down the list. If it was a bloodsucker or a were
Okay,
creature
but
of some
look,
sort.
if you're about to go after a whole group of bloodsuckers, you really think you're going to do that all by yourself?
I don't work with bloodsuckers anymore. That ship has sailed. I got this little thing called... I call this number, and they give me the shit I need. Something called First Light.
Real hunters.
So, I don't like to call them because they tend to make things a little messy. And I like things the way they are, which is just quiet and violent in certain parts of town. Like the East Side. The East Side's always been a shithole. And that's where the Bruja hung out at.
Oh, Howard Locke. You racist piece of shit. And all the racist pieces of shit you work
But
with.
all these
Are you still
Bruja...
trying to work for Locke?
No, I don't work for Locke. I don't work for that corporation anymore.
But, like, you're still trying to fulfill his mission.
No. Oh, listen. This exchange is getting really old. Put me on to whoever's in charge of the Black Tower.
Was that the name of the building we were in?
No, he just said... This guy doesn't know shit, dude.
What the fuck is the Black Tower? I say that out loud to him.
He's like, your organization. Your little covenant.
The ivory tower is the Camarilla.
Yeah. Your little covenant. Your network.
If you go after the Bruja, you will die. I'm just giving you a heads up. You don't know what you're doing.
Can I get in touch with the person?
Call me back at this number if you want help with that. I'll give your number to the guy you want to talk to. He can call you if he wants to.
Fine, bloodsucker.
I hang up. Who is this?
Aaron Ryan's internal affairs.
I also text Reggie. It's like, hey, the guy from last night wants to talk to you. This is his number. You don't have to call him or not. I really don't care.
I'll call him since he wants to talk to me.
Hello.
Yeah, I heard you wanted to talk to me.
Ah, Mr. Peter Parker. Clever. I also found he pulls out some files, a Bruce Banner, and I have also found a Hank Pym.
Let me know when you get to Tony Stark. That's the real doozy.
Oh, really? You're going to make me work all night for that one?
Nah. What is it you're after? One of my guys said you wanted to talk.
Well, your little deal with me worked. I got the sheriffs out, but there was this crazy lady that would refuse to leave, and I had to escort her out.
You're BPD, right?
Yep.
How much do you know about the sheriffs?
I know that I hate them because what they do makes us look even worse.
They're a cult. And I mean that literally.
He was about to be like, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, all the young bloods are like, you can kind of hear like the creaking of his like desk, like chair, lean in, like, go on.
There's some thing they worship. As far as I can tell, out in Northridge somewhere. Ties all the way back to like when the natives were here, and the people who came and wiped out the natives found all these old. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the ones in town, the sheriffs, they're old families, and they still worship this thing. They found out in the hills.
Okay. Well,
that lady is the head of their little cult.
I don't care about cults. I care about...
I'm just letting you know why she was there and so pissed off.
All right. I don't care about cults. I care about Maria Consuerde. She was a nice girl until she got in with the Crips. And then she basically became a drug mule. And then he pulls out another file. Shaquan Devon. She was a really nice person until she got in with the Bruja. Yeah, there's all these people whose lives have been ruined by this Bruja.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's all I want. I want the kingpin. I know a name, and the name is Nicholas.
Not anymore. They ran him out.
All right.
I don't know who they're following now. Odds are it's some chick named Davinia.
Davinia.
But she's a real creeper.
Like, I mean, the Bruja, they're I did my research, like witchcraft and stuff.
Yep. Yeah. So the Bruja you're after, they don't generally have witchcraft. They're just really fast and really strong. But the one that we think's in charge, this Davinia, she's the real deal.
Okay. And I'm assuming I'm talking to a bloodsucker.
Not when I can avoid it.
So, short answer, yes.
Yeah, short answer, yes.
All right. I used to work for bloodsuckers.
I know. Howard Locke, real piece of work, that guy.
Why does everybody keep on saying this Howard Locke guy?
That was the name of the bloodsucker you worked for.
You sure?
Yeah.
I worked.
I mean, he probably didn't sign your checks, but...
Oh, I did my research. I found offshore accounts. I found basically everything you did.
Yeah.
And he's like, and did you finish like the sentence like where he found this like Cameron Island?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let him know.
And he's like a little caught off guard by that. He's like, are you reading my mind right now?
No, my job was hiding all that money.
Well, I found it all.
Oh, here are the accounts you didn't find.
He's like, well, I found it, and I got a nice little paycheck. Nice little retirement.
You know what?
What?
Out of all the people connected to that son of a bitch, I'm glad you got his money.
Well, the problem is...
the fact that you care about those women means you deserve it more than anybody else.
Well, I couldn't just retire and let all these things happen. It wouldn't sit kindly on my conscience. I could just be somewhere in, I don't know, Fiji or, I don't know, somewhere where there's no fucking bloodsuckers.
No, you couldn't. Not to say that we're everywhere, but you're the kind of guy who just can't, aren't you?
Okay. I'm done. I'm done
No,
with this.
I like that in you. You're a good person. You know how rare that is?
So,
Especially in this town.
someone died.
Yeah,
Couldn't stop him.
I don't blame you.
But I'm going to keep tabs on you, Mr. Banner, Parker, Stark, whatever you fucking bloodsucker go by. Go ahead. Keep on giving me... I love these... And you hear pop his knuckles like, I love these late night grinds. I can do bureaucracy for days. I'll find you.
I like late night grinds too.
I'm not trying to hide from you.
Oh, I wanted to
Telling
dismantle
you I like you. Why?
Because you're the problem.
How?
You're the problem.
How?
You're a bloodsucker that controls
And?
industry.
I don't control industry.
You're like the homeless. I want to run you out. I don't want you to get nice and comfortable. I don't want no temporary shelter. I don't want no handout. I want you gone. You're an infestation.
Oh God.
See, you're making the mistake of thinking we're all the same. You know how you become a vampire?
No.
First, a vampire kills you. Then, either because they always intended to, sometimes because they feel bad, they replace your blood with their blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wake up, and now you're a vampire. Only you're still you. You just got this hunger.
Mm-hmm.
You know how most vampires feed when they first become vampires?
I've seen the reports.
Have you? Reports are probably wrong. Most of them start with dogs and cats. If they have really well-connected sires, you know, they might get bagged blood. Although not everybody can drink that.
Well,
See, I could never do that, though. You know why? I like dogs. I like cats. I like people, too.
so what?
I get my blood from a different source.
Well,
I mean, like I said, we're all a little different.
all right.
I think you're different. I think you want to do good. But dismantling me ain't going to help you any.
Oh, I'm gonna dismantle all of you.
Starting with the Bruja.
Yeah. And if I even have to listen to this wacko consultant, he got a really good tip. Something about a cougar?
Yeah.
So,
There's no cougar there,
I know.
unless you count women over 40.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Mr. Parker. I have work to do. Enjoy your
Yeah.
unlife.
I won't. Probably not any more than you enjoy your actual life. But it sounds like we're working for the same goal.
I highly doubt it. Click. And on that note, I'm going to end it.
Somebody needs to embrace the heck out of that guy. He'll be the angriest vampire to ever vampire.
He'd be the angriest vampire ever.
I want to do it.
Or maybe he's just a kinfolk who's just really upset.
God, maybe.
The only reason that I called him was I thought I might be able to get a contact out of it.
Oh no, he's a
Worthless.
he is a reformed servant of a
Formed
vampire.
retainer. Yeah.
He didn't even know what blood he was drinking half the time.
He's gonna get murdered in 2 seconds by the Bruja. Although I do need to figure out what first light is.
You don't want to know what first slice is.
I know what first light is, and yeah, you don't want to know what first light is. Yeah, I got a success. I don't lose humanity.
You don't lose humanity.
I've been
feel-
trying so hard to build it up.
Dan, I'm gonna ask you honestly. I'm gonna ask you a real honest question. Do you really feel bad for all the things you did?
He feels 100% bad for his people getting hurt.
Yeah,
Like 1,000% bad for that, and that's one of the stains is the touchstone
yeah.
taking damage. He probably feels bad about draining the guy dry, and a little bit bad about threatening the other guy's family. Now that he has time to
Not be in the moment.
not be super pissed that somebody damages touchstone.
Yeah. So.
Like that's why he called the officer.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You know, amends
Well,
of some kind.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure I screwed Evan's sleep schedule, so I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just need to go to bed now.
Yeah. So.
Are you okay if I don't stay?
Oh
for the
yeah,
first-
you're in a different time
Yeah,
zone.
you're in a different time zone. So go ahead and dip on out.
Good night, Evan.
Good
All
night,
right,
Evan.
good night.
And for the rest of y'all, thank you so much. We're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Tune again next week on possibly a Sunday. I gotta still talk to the people here right now as we discuss stuff. But if you want to check out our discussion, go to patreon.com/show where we do a post-show wrap-up. We talk about the events and things that happen. And then yes, I will be updating YouTube very soon. I was supposed to do it before Evo, but Evo kind of got swept up. So either way, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take care. And like always, be good to one another. And peace. Forever.